dog shit, nigga. Walking this bitch, I'm a big dog. All the shades, I can see y'all. Look at that haters, they pissed off. Drinking so big, might knock my wrist off. And my wrist frost. She waiting in line, ain't talking no crisscross. Judging her body, she taking her fit off. Her money keep calling, so I just not hear y'all.
I spend a 50, I'm pissed off. But forever, I'm feeling like Rick Ross. Fuck a bad bitch, get lost. I'ma pass her over, crisscross. This year making like 52 mil. Riding with my boy, and he got a bill. Rick forever back, how do you feel? I get a dog, put a collar on chill.
In the club throwing up dollar bills. Little baddie on time, let me kill. From the hood face, so I gotta be real. She see what she doing for pills. She saw the molly, she thrilled. Count the money, do that for the thrill. In my city, they drill for the thrill of it.
In my city, they kill for no reason. They broke killed a nigga for some peace. She a bird, ain't talking no east. That rock on my side, ain't talking no beef. I'm with Jay Critch, hood face to the seas. They gave me good brain cause that pussy was bleed. I walk in the back and take 100 G's. At least she got good prices for the keys.
Bitches praise me up on the knees. Money growing taller than the trees. These hoes charging you the high fees. But days low, they won't try me. We been away if they riding. My cars and bitches exotic. Like lotion, they on my body. CEO, but not yo got it.
I was coolin' with your whole crowd. Diamond shooting like a whole shot. Been a minute since I hit that. She came back and she got more body. All my haters bunch of nobody. Shooters tryna go get more body. Just tell them people to stay in they place. Burn shit up, but you still gotta pace.
Walking this bitch, I'm a big dog. All the shades, I can see y'all. Look at that haters, they pissed off. Drinking so big, might knock my wrist off. And my wrist frost. She waiting in line, ain't talking no crisscross. Judging her body, she taking her fit off. Her money keep calling, so I just not hear y'all.
Rich. My niggas rich forever. The racks sticking together. Got a model, look like Bella. But none of them bad and Tory. Her days been looking for Lori. Can't snitch, you told the whole story. Sing to the bitch like Vori.
Wait, this bitch you be acting so petty. I got the money, I run to the fitty.
Haitian nigga with machetes. Popping out like confetti.
30 on me, you go test me. Bad bitch named Betty.
She taking pictures like get it. I got line, she with it.
Walking this bitch, I'm a big dog. All the shades, I can see y'all. Look at that haters, they pissed off. Drinking so big, might knock my wrist off. And my wrist frost. She waiting in line, ain't talking no crisscross. Just her body, she taking her fit off. Her money keep calling, so I just not hear y'all.
When they hit us, they gon' spin back. I bust up when I got me some money, but I been that. Most these niggas hating really pussy and they been that. I bought her some titties, now she bad, but shit, she been that. Bitch, I been that since you was rocking Aero tees, polo rugby, different color sleeves, flexing Hercules. Too fresh in the club, I tell that skis, do not twerk on me. I know they gon' hate cause I got cheese, it ain't hurting me. Had them killers spinning till they bleed, till it's first degree. Back up on his head and he gon' go for cheap. Been outside, my mama say you never where you supposed to be. I been bagging bitches before I could hold the groceries. It ain't no award for being real, you just supposed to be. Fuck all the awards, I BET, I got a roll on me. She like how the diamonds look 3D and how they glow on me. That nigga ain't signed up with the team cause he gon' fold on me. These streets cold, but they been that. Gotta know it, said she ain't a hoe, but she been that. She still going. My pockets was low, but I get back. Drinking Venmos with the bros, made a 10-pack. I was broke, but now I got some dough, minus setback. And I'm 10 toes, niggas know that I meant that. And that boy a lame, he just don't wanna accept that. Ay, I don't follow code, I just go with a check. Act bold.
Oh my goodness, chat. Bro, my cat Grim has a pile, like a mountain of shit in the litter box. And I didn't clean that shit up. My sisters are gonna clean that shit up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not cleaning that shit up. I'm not cleaning that shit up. I don't care, bro. I'm not cleaning that shit up. I already hit you. You know what it is? I hit up my sisters. I was like, bro, one, y'all gotta get some replacement litter.
You're not getting away from me this time. Link.
You motherfucker. Yo, thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate it. Bro, yo, there's so much shit in the litter box. I'm not cleaning that. My sisters are gonna clean it. You know why? Because they do this thing, right? Where my mom does the same thing. They want a pet, but then when they get the pet, they don't want to do the responsibilities of taking care of said pet. So I'm not cleaning that shit up. You said, oh, you are a good brother? Oh, yes, I am, because I'm not cleaning that shit up. They wanted the cat. Don't get me wrong. I love Grim. But they were the ones that wanted that cat, and I told them a million times before they obtained the cat, I said, yo, if y'all get this cat, y'all taking care of it, y'all buying his food, and y'all cleaning his shit. Are we under this understanding? They're like, yes. I'm like, I'm telling you now. Y'all saying this now, but when it happens, I don't want to hear you guys telling me to do whatever the hell. Yo, there's so much shit in his litter box. It's disgusting. Like, I looked in his litter box, and even Grim looked at me like, are you gonna clean it? I look back at him like, bitch, I ain't cleaning that. My sisters are gonna clean that shit when they come back. I don't know where they at right now. I think they went out. When they come back, they cleaning that shit up, not me. That's disgusting. There's so much shit in there. Hell no. I'm not touching that, bro. I'm not touching that. That's disgusting. Way too much. Way too much yucky. Hell no. You say you're being a responsible brother? Bro, what I don't like is when people say they're gonna do something, and then when they are in a scenario when they're supposed to like fulfill their responsibilities, they don't do it. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. And they gotta get them new litter. There's no litter. If I clean up all the shit, there's barely any litter in the box. I'm like, I'm not cleaning that. That's yucky. I already hit up both my sisters through text. They didn't even hit me up back. I don't care, bro. When they get out of whatever the hell they're doing, I'm gonna be like, yo, you saw my message. I'm not cleaning that shit up. It's disgusting. They're about to be surprised. They could be surprised all they want. I'm not cleaning that shit up. It's nasty, bro. If I took a picture and showed y'all how much shit is in there, y'all be like, oh, damn. You guys ever had a Tamagotchi? And then, you know, in the Tamagotchi, when like the screen is full of poop, that's literally how the litter box looks. Disgusting. All right, my sister said, all right, I'm gonna get some. Yeah, you're gonna get some? All right, and she said she gonna clean it. Yup, I'm not cleaning that shit up. I don't understand why they let that shit stockpile to the way that it does. Like, in my opinion, when I see them, I'm gonna be like, y'all should be cleaning this shit once every 3 days. Once every 3 days, you should be looking at the litter box, making sure it's good, scoop it out, do what the hell you gotta do. Because that's yucky. You said laziness? Nah, it's really just, they just want a pet, but they just want to pet it. They don't want to take care of it. And it's yucky. You said, I can actually picture the Tamagotchi? Bro, it's yucky. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. So, Ozzy, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to wait a while to watch that link because I have to be in the mood to watch that shit.
You ever thought about getting a job? Don't.
Oh my God, bro. We're gonna start off with this shit, bro.
Just teach Grim how to shit on the toilet.
Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. I'm not. Hold on. Bro, what is this? The worst jobs to have? We already seen this. We've seen this. I think we've seen this. When did this come out? It's new? Bro, I swear to God, he made a video like this already.
You ever thought about getting a...
Oh, also, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Anything in this list that's longer than 10 minutes, I'm skipping that shit. Well, it just refreshed.
Terrorists have infiltrated a local Burger King. Oh, jeez.
Who the fuck?
And they're slitting the throat of the hostages. Jinkies. Hey, prayers to the families.
The Fortnite dance? What happened? I don't get it. What's the context? I don't get the context. The objectively correct Persona tier list?
The Persona games have a lot.
Bro, 24 minutes? Oh my God. Oh my God. Information on a tier list on how to use each character. Oh my. Next. Drake as a streamer is so unserious.
This is about you more than it is about me. Fuck Drake for the night.
Yo, Drake always got a drink in his hand.
That's what she said. No, but honestly though, forget about me. This is about you.
Yo. Gave myself an early Christmas present. At least hoping for one good pull. Yo, speaking of Pokemon cards, thank you for showing me that shit, bro. Where the fuck that shit at? Yo. Bro, if we get at least 20 subs today, I'm gonna open up one of these bitches. I bought this shit last year and I forgot this shit even existed. This shit is still sealed. I bought this shit last year. Bro, it's still sealed. I haven't even opened it. I haven't done shit with this. Bro, watch me get nothing, bro. I'm never doing that Pokemon card shit ever again. Bro, I have a friend that works at Subway. He pulled the Luffy manga card. The Luffy manga card. Like the rarest Luffy card. And I told him, sell that shit on eBay. I saw how much the last Luffy manga card sold on eBay. That shit sold for like 20 G's, 20 grand. And he's like, nah, I'ma hold on to it. I'm like, for what, bro? Sell that shit. 20 bands? Bro. It was all fake. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. I feel like it wasn't because this guy is a fucking... Bro, he knew what the hell he signed up for. He still went along with it. And then every time I hear him, I've already watched the interview. Every time I see the interview, it sounds like he doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying. And he keeps on like fumbling over his words. And I'm like, how do you take a deal if you don't even know what the deal entails? So I'm gonna call Cap and I'm still gonna say he's a fucking weirdo.
Job, don't. It ruins your life. You ever thought about getting a job? Don't. It ruins your life. When we're kids, whenever an adult asks us what we want to be when we grow up, our aspirations are through the roof. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be the president. I want to be from Turkey. We only picked the best quality choices that we thought were not only the greatest highly rated things that someone could be, but also the most fun. I miss the days of childhood optimism. Then by the time you reach high school, you thinking,
bro, we've watched this video. I literally remember all the clips that he's using here.
Realize, my screen time's how much? Yeah, your dumbass is not gonna be president. In fact, I'm surprised you even made it this far. You're failing almost every class, including lunch. Your options have come slim to none. You're gonna have to settle with being from Montreal, French and Canadian, double negative, and that's not a positive in real life. Maybe you're gonna work at—
You said it came out an hour ago? I wouldn't be surprised if this is a re-upload. This might be a re-upload.
Arby's, specifically Arby's. Ain't nobody wanna be there. Maybe be a street pharmacist. Or work at Walmart. I know the job hasn't been the same ever since the real OG retired. But what if you messed up so bad that the better choice of your options is scamming the homeless? These are the jobs I wanted to talk about today. The bottom of the barrel careers any person can take. Not even the neediest of people will take it. Let's get started. First up, teacher. We're starting with the all.
I don't care what anybody says, bro. Teachers don't get paid enough. And I can never be a teacher because I will 100%, if a student presses me and puts their hands on me, I'm making sure I break some type of bone on a fucking kid's body. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make you a paraplegic, bro.
All stars today. I'm kidding. Well, kind of. Well, sometimes it could be one of the best jobs when you have good, fun students. But I'm talking about the teachers that have badass kids as students, never being respected or taken seriously, always being disrespected, then getting paid in Argentinian pesos. Man, that life would suck. This
Facts.
is not the fault of the teacher. Well, sometimes it is, but more so the kids nowadays. Some kids just think being a nuisance is the—
Yo, if a kid threw a chair at me like in this clip, bro, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck if I'm going to jail. My vision would have gone red and I would have gone above and beyond to beat the fuck out of you. To beat the living shit out of you. And if your parents would have showed up, I would have fucked them up too.
The funniest thing, just being a snarky brat to the teachers. talking
Hell
back,
no,
not
bro.
listening to anything they say, just trying to be the worst kind of class clown, so their equally brain dead friends could laugh along.
Nah, bro.
And having to clock into a job every day just to get roasted by some teenagers and teach some mundane classes to mundane students just sounds like a bad career choice. To me personally, I'm blaming
Facts.
you meddling kids. I sound like an old head right now. And then there's sometimes those teachers that just be reading from textbooks, no originality, no type of personality coming from them while teaching, just the most boring teachers you can think of. Like, why you a teacher? You giving off the aura that you don't even care what you talking about, making me not care.
I mean, sometimes it depends on like how long they have been a teacher. And sometimes they've gone through so much bullshit, it gets to the point where teachers are, like, let's be realistic. Teachers are there to get paid. They don't give a fuck about the students. They don't give a fuck about your education, your future. There are some of those teachers that do care, but then majority of the teachers don't give a fuck because they're just there to get a check at the end of the day. If teachers are not getting paid, I mean, realistically too, there has to be some type of goals and aspirations for even being a teacher because they don't get paid shit anyway. But then they're in that scenario where they already got a college degree, so it's kind of like they're stuck there. They have no other choice but to be a teacher because they already got the college degree to be said teacher. So that's why they're there. But I don't know, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Maybe some of these teachers are just here just to get a bag. It is what it is, bro. Because realistically speaking, I'm not there to just to make your future great. I'm trying to get paid too. I gotta pay.
Finna become the first teacher who becomes a school shooter when his students start acting up.
Look, if a student acts up, that's fine. But if a student start getting physical and then they start getting up in your face and trying to act big and macho, that's when that line starts to get blurred. And I'm like, hey, little kid, you're about to die today. Your life's about to be forfeit type shit. Because there's a difference. If you're being disrespectful from a distance or whatever. But if you getting up in my face and you get in my personal zone, you about to die.
So why you teaching? If you just wanted a job to have your brain in constant autopilot and get...
That's why I keep saying I can never become a teacher. I don't care what anybody tells me. Hey, Retro, you want to be a teacher? Hell to the fuck no. Because if a kid goes out of line and tries to get disrespectful, minks.
A paycheck. You should have just been a truck driver. But like I said,
You said a lot of people these days are becoming teachers for the guaranteed time off in holiday and summer. True, which is a really big plus of being a teacher. You get summer off, you get holidays off. Any holiday that the kids are off, you're off. Spring break, you're off. Christmas break, you're off. Summertime, you're off. And I think you still get paid. Not the same exact pay as if like school was in session, but you still get some type of pay for it too. Which at the end of the day is not that bad.
Earlier, teaching could be an actual great job. I've had teachers that look like they're having the time of their lives while teaching, having fun with the students and having fun with their jobs and whatnot.
Maybe because they got good students. That's another thing. Imagine if you have a class and they're all dickheads. I'm just saying.
But I've also had classes where the teachers were just straight up disrespected and nobody did a thing about it, not even me. Because if it was teachers that none of the students really cared about or had like any fun with, then no one would really say anything. We would just be spectators. Not saying that should be the case, but that's just the way it is. So if you're in the situation of being in the negative categories of teaching that I mentioned earlier, then teaching would be 100% the worst job to have. Next, Mappa animator. Animators are already treated like garbage throughout the entire industry.
Bro, how you go from teachers to Mappa animator?
Getting overworked, getting underpaid, all of that. But I cannot imagine myself being a Mappa animator. That's probably that times infinity. They all must be zombies by now, stuck to their desk just drawing like drones, because that's the only way I could imagine them being able to pump out this crazy ass weekly. Have y'all watched Jujutsu Kaisen? The animation in that makes me start gooning, bro. I cannot believe how good this looks.
Oh, you talking about that scene, bro. This whole shit right here was a fucking movie.
I wish some of my favorite shonens looked half as good as this. And I still see people complain about the animation, even though they're going balls to the wall.
Nah,
crazy.
this part right here, they went straight movie. Bro, it even got to a point where the cinematics, it went widescreen. Without you even realizing it, the shit said, it went widescreen. Oh my God, you said spoiler inbound?
I've seen people complain about that.
Wait, is it gonna show current shit? Does anything happen currently? Keep watching. Damn, now what if there is a spoiler in here, bro? Who sent me this video with a potential Jujutsu Kaisen spoiler? There better not be a spoiler, bro.
Yuji versus Cockroach fight. Like, you care about that fight. Who cares if it's animated a little worse than the other fights? Bro, it's Cockroach versus Yuji. Who cares? And I hate to think that some of the higher ups at MAPPA will take these criticisms seriously and then go after the animators thinking that they did a bad job even though they didn't. They'd be like, what is this? This is nowhere near on par on what we want. You gotta work triple-double overtime for the next year. But I haven't seen my wife and kids in 5 months. I don't care. Did you know that it only took 4 months for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie to get animated? 4!
That's insane. 4 months? And that movie was a movie too.
And I did a little bit of research, meaning I just did a Google search, and apparently it takes 4 years for a whole animated movie to get made. But like, I don't think it takes that long nowadays. So I did a little more research, a simple Google search, and the Mario movie got made in 2 years. And it still took less than a quarter of the time to animate the whole Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and it's longer. Granted, there was already a manga for it, so that means there's already a story and basically script for everything already. But 4 months still seems like an incredibly short amount of time to make a whole entire movie. Being a MAPPA
Why is the Avengers song in the background?
animator or an animator in the anime industry in general must be a freaking hell to go through. And I hope it gets better. Next is sadly animal beaters. And I don't mean people that hit animals. I mean people that do things to animals that would get me demonetized. I mean, animals need to get reproduced somehow. I need as many chickens and cows as possible, bro. But being on the other end to make that happen is a harder life to be a part of. The people that do this job for a living are God's greatest soldiers. I salute you, man. I salute you more than the troops. Gotta make a living somehow. Next, taxidermy. Honestly, if you do this as a career, I'ma automatically assume you crazy. Next, telemarketing. I don't even know how these guys are still in business.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The second I get a phone call and I don't know who it is, I ain't picking up. 2, the second I get a phone call and somebody already saying that they're from Microsoft or Amazon, I'm hanging up. 3rd, yeah, how are these fuckers in business?
Marketing is those people that call your phones trying to sell you rhino pills or whatever, and trying to call a bunch of random numbers all day just to sell probably one item max, cause nobody be answering these calls. It just doesn't sound that fun to me as a career, especially since these calls be popping
Yup, they pop up as scam likely.
Up as scam likely now, bro. Nobody answering that. And even when coincidentally I do end up answering, as soon as I hear him say, "Hi, this is Rachel. I wanted to talk to you about our new..." Hang up. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yup, 100%. Yup.
Rachel? I don't know any Rachel. Rachel McAdams? Rachel from Friends? If you ain't any of them, I don't know why you call on my phone. I'm not buying none of your rhino pills. I already used up all mine and my hasn't gone down in days. It hurts. Please send help. Next up, the Krusty Krab. I know this not real, but I don't care. Working for Mr. Krabs gotta be the most mentally draining, life-sucking, ball-munching job any person can have. This dude don't give a shit about his employees or customers. He just give a shit about money and his fat-ass illegitimate daughter. He has only 2 employees for a reason. Nobody wanna work there cause he be working SpongeBob and Squidward like slaves. Other than cashier, it seems like SpongeBob does every job at the Krusty Krab. Delivery boy, janitor, mascot. He does everything. And he gets paid in cents or in Mr. Krabs' wacky bucks. Sometimes they don't even get paid at all. In fact, they owe him money. Look at this bill in Squidward's paycheck. $1 breathing, $5 talking, $10 standing, $2 existing. He's literally taking money out of his paycheck for doing his job. And whenever his employees ask for a raise, he laughs in their face. That's why the last fry cook quit. And I know SpongeBob doesn't really care about that because he loves working and he's canonically a masochist. But he should start caring because Mr. Krabs would trade SpongeBob in a matter of seconds. Remember that episode where Mr. Krabs literally sold SpongeBob to the flying?
I did remember that. Yup, he sold his ass for I think a freaking penny or some shit. I forgot what the fuck he sold him for. But it was some like minuscule amount of money.
Dutchman for 62
yeah,
cents?
62 cents.
Imagine someone you consider a friend selling your life for 62 cents. You can't even get a lollipop for that money. You can't get anything from the 99-cent store with that money. 62 cents. I would remember that forever if I was SpongeBob. I'll go on a Kill Bill revenge spree against Mr. Krabs if I was SpongeBob. Even Squidward after the whole exchange was like, "Nah, that's fucked up. And he hates SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs is straight.
You know what I just thought about? Like, now that this whole little, like, segment is in play, you can't get shit with coins anymore, realistically. What is the purpose of coins now? Like, I remember back in the day, with like a quarter, with like 2 quarters, 3 quarters, I used to go to bodegas. I used to get some candy. I used to get some lollipops. You can't even do that shit anymore with coins. So what is the purpose of coins anymore? Nothing. The most that you can do with coins is probably public laundromats. That's it. Value, but it's like, that's it. Laundromats and probably like the gumball machines. You can't really do anything else with fucking coins. Coins are so obsolete now, it's crazy.
Straight up crooked in the head. He only cares about that dollar bill mindset, which from a hustler to another hustler, I can understand, but I would never, ever want to work for you. I'd rather my job be working as Mrs. Puff's foot massager or something. But that's more of a privilege than a burden, not gonna lie. Next job, entrepreneur. You might as well say you're homeless. I honestly don't know what they do or what the job is, actually. Next job, any person that has to clean a Taco Bell or gas station bathroom. I feel like that's self-explanatory. It feels like the people that use those bathrooms have never been potty trained. The people that use those bathrooms aim for everything. The walls, floor, ceiling, everything but the toilet. And even when they do...
Here's my thing. The only reason you would even go to a gas bathroom is because it's an emergency. Like, I would never willingly go there if I could hold it in. But if I'm on, like, my dying leg, like, bro, my shit's about to come out, then you gots to go. But, bruh.
Do aim for the toilet.
Man, majority of the time, these bathrooms, bro, yo, I would never forget in Taco Bell, yo, homeless people used to go into the Taco Bell bathrooms and they would not leave that shit. They would be in there for like 30 minutes and motherfuckers are banging on the door like, bro, you gotta let other people use the bathroom. And once a homeless person leave the bathroom, that bathroom just smell like, bruh.
Inside the toilet, there will be the most gargantuan pile of human feces that the human eye has ever seen. And of course, clogging the toilet. Like, that job will never be easy for anybody that works there. Even the most nasty, disgusting monkey cage in a zoo is less dirty than the average gas station bathroom. And if you're employed as one of those kind of jobs, I feel sorry for you. And in your honor, next time I go to a gas station bathroom, I'll make sure I only wipe on the toilet seat and not the sink. Next job, resellers. Fuck you!
True. True, I agree with that. Fuck scalpers, fuck resellers. Like, I don't care if it's a job or a side hustle, go fuck yourself. Because sometimes motherfuckers just want to get the product for retail pricing. And then they just cop everything with these bots just so they can resell them for double the value just so they can make a profit like assholes. Fuck them.
I hate you! Next job, cooks in the kitchen. I don't know about you, but almost every time I see these people on YouTube or on TV, they're almost always getting verbally abused.
I mean, that's only on like the Gordon Ramsay shit though. And it really like depends because it's like, I feel like chefs never really got to go through this. But I feel like with the Gordon Ramsay stuff, he's putting them in a scenario where like the kitchen would be busy. Like imagine if it's rush hour in a restaurant and there's multiple people walking inside and they want you to cook fast. I understand why he would do it. He sometimes goes overdrive, but it is what it is.
Used, roasted, and just chewed out by the chef of the kitchen. Almost always. Literally almost every single cooking competition I've ever seen, 90% of the contestants in there get roasted for having such disgusting meals that they serve to the judges. And I bet most of the foods they cooked weren't even that bad. I bet if the everyday person, you know, regular person ate that food, they'll be like, it's all right, or it's pretty good. But since they're serving these things to, like, you know, judges that want an elite taste to the food, they'll be like, ugh, this tastes like cardboard. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, every single viral Gordon Ramsay clip is him roasting the chefs for being such terrible cooks. Even the foods that he see on TikTok, he be roasting them. He didn't even taste the food. And remember that episode of The Bear where Lip is going crazy at his employees because they got a bunch of orders of food? He be cussing, like cussing at them, bro. Like, come on, man. I could not work in a setting like that. Is every single cook job like this? Like, I can't imagine them doing this at a McDonald's. And if they do this at a McDonald's, what the f? I'm gonna quit on the spot. This is fucking McDonald's. I'm not working like that. I'm not letting my...
Facts, especially if it's a job like this, bro. I will quit the day of. Them motherfuckers in jobs like this want to talk about, oh, 2 weeks notice. 2 weeks notice? Bitch, I'm getting the fuck out today. You want me to give you 2 weeks so you can find my replacement? Suck my dick. I'm out.
Manager or chef of the kitchen talk to me like that, I'ma spit in your mouth. What happened to everybody can cook? What happened to that? Every single clip I've seen of chefs in the kitchen, they always getting roasted, bro. I could never work in a setting like that. I mean, I have no experience of working in a setting like that, but if you're a cook in the kitchen, get a job at Burger King. They're probably more nice. Last and final job. Any Asian construction job, bro, because those are all the jobs I see that be popping up on Live Leak. It's like the higher ups over there have no—
Yo, I agree, bro. They don't believe in OSHA. They don't follow no OSHA standards. They got all these shits just poking out. They're called poke outs. Bro, they got no safety harness. Bro, GG's.
No safety concern for the people that work for them. Because the people that be working over there be dying or getting injured in the worst ways possible. Like, you know those 3D videos that are actual recreations of real life incidents that happen in construction Live Leak videos? Like, every time I see those kind of videos, those make me shake in my boots, bro. And these people are probably getting paid minimum wage to do it, bro. It's sad, bro. Sad. But this job is more self-explanatory than anything. And that's all the jobs I wanted to talk about today. Did I miss your job? Comment it down below. And also comment down below some juicy work confessions, because I'm going to do that next video. Some terrible ones. I'll be asking for some too on my inactive Instagram, so follow me on there. And that's all I wanted to say. And in conclusion,
can you believe it, guys? Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is almost here, and it doesn't even feel like it. It feels like October still, realistically speaking. It feels like fucking October. Okay, let me watch this link because Ozzy doesn't shut the fuck up about this link. Okay. I want to get this video out the way because if he mentions it one more time, I'm banning him. Okay. Yup, I'm about to ban him.
What's wrong? Here's our chance. Let's wipe them out. I'm all warmed up.
Another! On your knees!
I'm excited for her.
Shinjiro was one of my favorite characters to play, and I think it's one of fans' favorite characters as well. I'm Grant George. I play Shinjiro Aragaki in the Persona series.
Bro, all I'm saying is that this game got to give Shinji more screen time because I'm going to keep it a stack. I did not care about this character at all in Persona 3. And then when I saw other people that played Persona 3 give so much of a fuck about this character, it used to confuse the living hell out of me because I'm like, bro, he barely had any screen time. He was there for like a total of like 15 minutes. And then without getting into spoilers, if you know, you know, I'm like, I built no sentimental value at all for this character.
I didn't know the popularity.
But hopefully this game gives him more screen time.
Until I decided to start doing cons. It was at a time in my life when I had a lot of things that were on the air, and I thought those would be the popular items, and everyone kept flipping down Shinjiro.
We got company. What's the plan?
He sounds good, though.
My name is Justice Slocum. I play Shinjiro Aragaki in Persona 3 Reload.
Today we just had the rice and toppings. But you could add side dishes, too.
He sounds good, too.
He doesn't let off everything. He doesn't, like, show all his feelings.
He's that guy in high school. We all know who he is, that mysterious guy. Nobody knows anything about him. He's sort of quiet. All the girls like him. The guys are like, who's this dude? How can I be like him?
He's a cool guy, so just give him some time and he'll warm up to you.
But that's the problem. You said give him some time, and in the original Persona 3, we gave him some time. And we already know what happens. There was no time to give him. That's why I'm hoping in this game they give him more time because look, in this game, I'm going to purposefully put him in my party. Even though when I put him in my party in the OG Persona 3, yo, this guy missed like 4 hammer strikes back to back, and then I took him out my party. That's why I never got to play with this character at all in Persona 3. He missed so often, I was like, get out. Get out. But wait, no. Come back. You're out of my party. Put back Junpei. I don't want to see you ever again.
Crush him. Let's rumble.
I'm Alejandro Saab, and I voice Akihiko Sanada.
All I want is to be as strong as I can. I want to train hard and feel real pride in my strength.
Akihiko is a lot of things. I mean, he's obsessed with protein and making sure he's healthy, but he's an older brother who's loyal. He's got a heart of gold, and he really likes to fight.
I just wanted to learn how to fight with my bare hands.
Through all the boisterous charm he has, he's got this cool, suave demeanor to him, and he honestly doesn't care. He just wants to have a good time fighting. He's just a wholesome boy that wants to get stronger and wants to take care of his friends.
It's getting late. You'll find your room at the end of the hall on the second floor.
I'm here just for her. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Everybody else, I'm like, no. Allegra Clark, baby. Ooh.
My name is Allegra Clark, and I am the voice of Mitsuru Kirijo in Persona 3 Reload.
Yo, one of my favorite voice actresses.
The biggest challenge
She's so good at what she does, bro.
Was making sure that I wasn't making her too old. Mitsuru is so mature, but she still has to feel 17. She still has to feel like a teenager.
I'm sorry you had to witness something so disgraceful.
Persona is about unleashing who you are, who you can be, who you are on the inside. It feels very familiar to people. No one's trying to save the world in their real day, but everyone is trying to figure out who they are.
The castmates of Persona 3 are some of the great actors that we have working today, and some of the new cast that's come in is also a great cast. I work as a voice director as well, and some of the new cast I've had the opportunity to direct, and they're superb.
The Persona community is great. Like, the passion that everyone has, artists, the cosplayers, and just people that like played the game. They have so much love for like the series, and it's amazing to see it every time.
Oh gosh, people were so excited and see how beautiful everything looks and how smoothly
it looks great.
Plays. Their excitement for that also makes me really excited as a gamer too. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this game. I'm so excited to play this.
I'm so happy for me and the rest of the cast, and I can't wait for fans to see everything. The best thing was getting to say Persona, because I just had the biggest smile on my face before I even got to say it. Then I said it, and then Val, the director, just was like, "You want to do it again? You just want to do it again?" And I was like,
Persona! Persona!
Persona.
I'm excited. This game just has to come out already. This game has to come out. I might get the regular edition of this game though. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna have to see what the limited edition entails, but I'll get regular edition. I'll get the regular edition. Where is this shit? You said tell me to drink water. Nah, you're dead, bro. What did I tell you last stream, bro? What did I tell you? You keep telling me to drink water, bro. Stop telling me to drink water. No. Who this? Sentenced? 1 year in prison? I don't know who that is, and I don't know what happened. You need to give me context. Untitled. Hello?
Huge Jonathan Major update. The trial has already underwent. We're at the end of it, and the jury...
That's him?
We're recording this on Friday. The jury's supposed to come out.
Oh my God, 19 minutes? Jesus Christ.
They didn't. They're going to push it back into Monday, and hopefully we can get a verdict then. However, we decided it's very important here at PlayBet that we give you an update on everything that's going on, because there's some very pivotal information that makes it seem like what we said 5 months ago might be true, that this nigga probably did not do it. However, we'll give you a little bit unbiased, backstory first, and then we'll show you the new evidence, and then you all can come to the conclusion on your own. Because that's what we do here, right? So, quick backstory. So the original story was that Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend at the time got into an altercation in the car that resulted in, I believe the altercation was based off of him potentially cheating or something like that, or something had to do with their relationship. That resulted in Majors bopping her, and then she then went to his loft. I don't know why that would happen. He wasn't there at the loft when that happened. He just went out and did his own thing. And then the next morning when the police were called, he was proven that, she had the broken bones, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what happened from that point to the next day, she never figured out. Nobody never said. But that was enough for this man to lose his job in multiple roles, as well as
wow.
the just completely believe her off of that alone. Then as time continues to progress, a little bit more people said, a little more women claiming they were victims. They said, oh yeah, he did the same thing to me. Where those women are at right now, I don't know. No one doesn't know where they're at right now, but hey, you all believe that as well. Remember that now. And then also, we go a little bit further. There was some text that went out of context, text that people read and then decided, oh yeah, this nigga's he's a hoodlum. He did this. Oh yeah, he did that. Yeah. And then video evidence came out because here we decided to wait until at least we heard both sides of the story. And that's when we decided to drop our video. And in this video evidence, a lady who claims that her finger was bruised in this altercation, so much so that it was swollen. We saw video evidence of her handling things and digging into her purse and seemed like she had a grand old time, out and about right after the incident. She seemed like she was fine, man. She was fine out there partying. Now, of course, people deal with trauma.
Oh. So was she lying?
Different ways. Who am I to tell you?
Deal with trauma by partying?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, man. Shit. Some people, they float their boat now. Some people say,
I never heard no one doing that. Man.
I get into altercation with my significant other that leads into violence. I go out and party, man. I just go out and party with strangers. She party with some strangers. That's what she did. Not even people that she knew before, just random people. And she went out there. You know what else she did? She swiped this nigga card, dug into her purse with a bruised finger, right? Dug into her purse, find it, got it, swiped it. Seemed like she was fine. It was even crazier that she was getting consoled by the random stranger that she found, right? And they were so consoling of her. Oh my God, how dare he cheats on you? Are you okay? You're fine. And she hugged her on the same side of her ear that was lacerated. The same side. Got a full face-to-face hug. Now, maybe me personally. Caleb, show the lacerated ear. It's pretty disgusting. Now, this.
Oh. Yo, you know what that looking like now? That's looking like she did it to herself to try to incriminate him.
No, it's gonna get demonetized.
Oh, it's that bad? It's that bad.
It's a gas.
Yeah. Now you saying it's that bad? It's such a gash. Now, normally, if you get a gash that wide, right, you probably wouldn't allow nobody to get that close to your face.
If I got a gash on my ear, nigga,
Nah, true. Realistically speaking, if you had a gash in your ear, I wouldn't be hugging anybody. Bro, if I had a gash in my ear and my finger was fucked up, I'm going straight the fuck home. To have those things and then go out to a club and party, and that's already looking suspicious.
I'm going to the place with the loudest music.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, for sure, man. But shit, man, hey, we all deal with it differently, man. So, that's where we are right now. Now, here's the compelling part of it all. Jonathan Majors tell his side, and he has a lot of evidence to kind of back it up as well. So, let's go back a little bit. So, she said that there was an altercation in the car, and got into an altercation in the car because she saw the text message. That's what she said. She saw the text message. And then she said that in there, he slapped her up, bruised her finger, and then it was all bad. This is what the video evidence actually shows us, since y'all don't want to believe, Jonathan Majors. Let me show you what just the evidence itself says. So
I mean, because we see the video, he looks like he's trying to get away from her, and she's latching onto him. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, whenever fights be happening with couples, sometimes that should be happening. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I remember I was in a scenario like this when I was like way younger. I'm talking years ago. Where like when you trying to get away from somebody and then they would just stay like grabbing you and you're like, bro, get away from me. And then it gets to a point where like you gotta almost pull a digital dash type shit, like so they could get off of you because they stay latching onto you. And then if something happens, then they try to say, oh, you hit them. Oh, this, that, and the third. This is weird. Hold on.
Putting her back in the car. He's pushing her. She hops right back out.
You see, look, he's trying to get away from her.
Walk away. He starts running away. He's running fast.
She's latching onto him. Look. She's latching onto him.
He's trying to walk away. He starts running away. He's running faster. So we get
look, and she tries to re-grab him. He goes like this to get off me. Now he's starting to run away, and she's chasing after him. Bro, this is some bullshit, bro. And look, she grabbed him again. He pushed her away. Get off me. And she's still pursuing him. And she's chasing him. She's still chasing him.
She hops right back out.
God, she had to chase him.
She's chasing him. How is he in the wrong? Oh, hold on, man. I gotta see all this evidence because now this is getting crazy. Bro. She's still chasing him.
She's still going now.
She almost got hit by a car.
She's so concerned she better get out of his car. Oh, but it's fine. The car was fine. So
why is she still chasing him?
Chasing around another block, man. So she's still running around another block. And so we're going down another block right here, man.
She's still oh, no. Nah.
At this point, she's a little tired. So she's walking now. She's walking. That's how long they were chasing
What the fuck? I saw like a fraction of this.
No, that's all what happened.
That's a police
Now,
chase.
the testimony of the driver, because the person who driving them was independent representation. He was not connected to either one of the parties. Said that in the car, he couldn't necessarily see he was focused doing his job, and he said that he heard a lot of back and forth in the back of his car, but he believed that it all started. Some of the physical altercation started with the woman, as he described her, the girl, the woman. He didn't actually identify them.
And that happens a lot. That happens a lot. But this is something people don't really like to talk about, because as a man, if you come out and say something like, oh, this, that, and the third, people will look at you funny and be like, but you're a man. You can't get assaulted. As a man, you can't get hurt by her because she's a woman. You're a man. This happens a lot. And this is not talked about enough.
He knew that there was a woman in the man. So, hey, the girl back there seemed like she was getting a bit more of an aggressor. And then the guy himself was trying to get away from her and act.
It's a big double standard thing that a lot of people don't like talking about, because they know if you talk about it, it's going to ruffle some feathers. But this happens a lot in society. As a woman, you notice this though in public, right? If you're in a public setting and you're having a dispute with your significant other, right? You're a man, she's a woman. If she starts hitting you, nobody does anything. People just stand there and watch. She could be hitting you with haymakers, scratching your face, you're bleeding. Nobody will do a damn thing. The second you say, I bet, oh shit, R1 circle back, you about to hit her with a clothesline? Now everybody gets up in arms. Wait. What are you doing, bro? Well, what are you doing? Yo, cut it out. Stop. Why did y'all say stop before when all this bullshit was happening, when she was hitting me with a bunch of fucking combos? This is the Johnny Depp situation all over again, bro. I'm telling you. In society, there's a lot of guys that does get abused by women. There's a lot of guys that does get physically abused by women, but nobody believes them or nobody wants to take it seriously because they like to bring up this whole thing of, but you're a man. How are you getting abused by a woman? You're a man. That's what they always say. And it's kind of fucked up because there's this big double standard that happens. That's why me, personally, yo, if any woman puts her hands on me, that's why I say this all the time. I even say it on Twitter. I'm even saying this shit live. I don't give a fuck. If you put your hands on me, regardless of gender, I'ma beat your ass. I'm putting my hands on you too. I won't ever put my hands on you first, but if you put your hands on me, your life is forfeit.
Women pretend to be a female. Then
Bro.
It's fair game.
Nah, bro. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I feel like, regardless of gender, treat others the way you want to be treated and keep your hands to yourself. That's my message. I don't care what people say. Oh, he's a guy, he shouldn't. No, bro. As a woman, you shouldn't be putting your hands on a man. As a man, you shouldn't be putting your hands on a woman. But if something happens and you put your hands on me, round one, fight. Then after you get a couple of bot, knock the fuck out. Oh shit, you fall back. Don't say, oh my God, he hit me. You started it. That's all I'm saying, bro. Moral of the story, don't put your hands on people if you don't want them to put their hands on you. Let's keep it going.
If we tried to get away from her, this is exactly very close to what Jonathan Majors, his recollection of the events as well. What ended up happening for the rest of the night, because Jonathan Majors' side, it kind of pieced together a little bit more as well as the video evidence. He eventually got home, couldn't get into the house, got the handyman to come help him get into the house. So that's further point, or the apartment or the loft or where they live. That's further proof that they had literally no other connection or the remainder of the night. Then eventually he got in there, saw her passed out in the room, in the closet next to the bathroom. And then he called the police and allowed them to then come in, and then they tried to figure out.
Wait a minute. He got the handyman to come and open the house, and then when they went into the house, they found her there, knocked out unconscious in the house?
And then the police sat there and said, white woman, drunk and finger bruised, black man. Sir, we need you to get out of here, sir. We need to talk to her. What happened? Now you tell us what happened now. I don't know what happened. Tell us what happened. Come on.
Oh, no way. You said she broke in? No, from what they sounded like they said that he tried to go back to his house, but I don't think he had access to his house because maybe he didn't have the keys. But when him and the handyman, usually the handyman is considered as like the landlord of the apartment or the person who does maintenance within the building. They went up to the apartment to open the door. But then when they opened the door, they found her inside, unconscious, laying on the ground. Bro, that's weird. So then they try to pin it on him. But how was it him if he didn't have access to the house?
Come on, tell us what happened. It's okay. It's okay. You don't feel comfortable with him? No, I don't feel comfortable with him. You don't feel comfortable? Sir, get out of here now, sir. Get him out of here. Okay. He's gone now. What happened? Originally, the way that those line of questionings were presented to us, it was as if, by his recollection, the police officer, that he wasn't the one who prompted the question of, did he bruise your finger? However, the body cam footage says otherwise. In all of this conversation, there was a conversation that was released, but at first, some reading of the dialogue that happened between Majors and Jabari.
Will your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is gonna get admission? You know what I mean?
This shit is so low, like volume 1.
No, you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset. There's a point, Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not, I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma, blah.
Who recorded this? Nobody doesn't care. Obviously, she did.
That's nuts.
Nobody doesn't give a fuck who recorded it.
Wow.
Nobody doesn't care. Y'all don't actually care about this shit, which we'll talk about later on. Y'all actually don't give a fuck. But let's listen to what the conversation was.
All that said, right? I'm not saying I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that. Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have been like, hey, let's go to bed. I'm just going to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, blah, blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine. I can take that. Fine.
So there's other text message that gets released. Some of these text messages are again out of context. We don't know the full conversation that was there, and quite frankly, we don't know the full conversation either.
You read that?
Yeah.
Fuck. They will ask you questions, as I don't think you actually protect us. It could lead to an investigation. Even if you do lie and they suspect something. She said, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. If I go, I'm going to give it one more day. But I can't sleep. I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? He said, I feel like you want to be together and to not embarrass yourself for everything you've said to your friends and family. Last night, I considered killing myself versus coming home. You said you needed love last night, and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it and should kill myself.
Now, again, we don't know the context of this, but it seems as if, like, from the conversations I've seen, I don't necessarily know. It's not 100% sure about if Jonathan Majors is, he's had previous events. No one doesn't know previous incidents between these two. She claims that this has never happened before, but then later she changed her story and said that it may have happened before, or it was another event that had it happen. And unfortunately, there's not enough. I don't know what else is here to like prove that. Like, I don't know one way or another what they have done. However, what I do know is that after listening to that conversation, it seems as if like there's been an ongoing conversation about abusing alcohol through the trial. That was also further confirmed that she indeed abuses alcohol.
Yes, from right there, you could already tell that she is an alcoholic. Like, she abuses the fuck out of alcohol.
Yet want to throw the technical term of calling her alcoholic, but she she does indeed abuse alcohol. There was a doctor there; they already had laid it out and everything. Through the night of the incident,
You said retro's loud, but not the video, bro. Look, I got this shit at max right here, and I got it on my OBS. Literally, like, bro, I got it so high up in OBS. This is their video.
So drunk that she actually walked and hit a wall. They showed her the evidence so she can jog her memory, because she first said, I don't think I actually walked into the wall. I think I just kind of bumped it. But no, she literally walked into the wall. And then also, again, the conversation that we just heard between the two, it seems as if like that's an ongoing dialogue that they've had in their relationship, that, again, Jonathan Majors telling her, like, bro, you get so drunk that you end up embarrassing us, and you're supposed to be a proper representation of who I am as a man.
Yes, that's what he said to her. He said, I am a great man, and I need a great woman to be with me, because he's trying to, change, not change himself, but like he's trying to change the lives of people that he's supporting within his circle. He's trying to make moves, make big things, but she's constantly fucking it up with her nonstop alcoholic bullshit.
Man, and what I am doing, the sacrifices that are being made for the ultimate goal. again, I don't know what this pertains to in particular, these text messages, or really any text messages, but it does seem like there is a consistent theme of Jonathan Majors believing that she is supposed to be some sort of representation of their relationship. And what
I mean, it's true, because you got to think about it like this. If you're a guy and you're in Hollywood and you're in an exclusive relationship with somebody, that person that you're with also represents you. So you're not going to be out here with some crazy ass bimbo alcoholic, because then when people sees that, they're going to be like, oh, that's this guy's girl. That's this guy's girl. Look, passed out drunk. It makes you look bad. So you got to hold some type of standard, especially when you know you got so much eyes on you. Like, you just can't be out here acting like, bro, obviously if you were nobodies, that would make sense. But you have so much eyes on you, paparazzi. You got so much big movies coming out and plans that people are constantly keeping tabs on you. You can't be out here doing all this crazy shit.
He's doing as a man and the sacrifices he's making, and she may not be living up to those expectations. And a lot of it seems like it may be resulting in her abusing alcohol. Now, the reason why I don't want to come to certain conclusions is because she says here about, I need to take stronger painkillers. I don't want to go to the doctor, da-da-da-da-da. There's a possibility that she just got drunk and she fell over, hit her head or something. And that could have happened, because it seems as if like that possibly could have happened even the night of the incident, where now this was reported that she was not inebriated before the incident happened. That the drinking happened after the incident, and so she wasn't inebriated before that. She got so drunk after the altercation in the car.
Yes, after the altercation of her chasing him, she got so drunk she ended up passed out inside of his house.
That she literally fell out in the middle of the bathroom or in the closet, and that's where she ended up going to sleep. That she just knocked out. She passed out drunk. That's how bad it was. So, and there's also other text messages of Jonathan Majors. Really, more or less, it seems like if you want to be very favorable to Majors, that he's just very aware of the situation that is at hand. That he is a high-profile actor. He's a black man as well, dating a white woman, and the optics of a crazy white woman, or just a white woman in general, seem to be some form of abuse or something going on wrong with her. Can be bad for the optics, and that would be bad for his career. But you can also very well say that possibly he has been potentially bobbing her before, and he doesn't want nobody to know about it. So if you love me, then don't tell nobody. But I think these are some of the text messages that other people were like going off of as well, saying, see, he did it.
Bro, this situation's complicated for a lot of reasons. I think first of all, we judge most of these type of scenarios based off our own bias, because as men, most men feel the need to protect women, and most women feel the need to be protected by men. So there's like I know for a fact if it was the other way around and he was chasing her down the street like this, the driver said he was the one that was being more aggressive in the car, there'd be no debate about it. Everyone would feel certain that he was the one who attacked.
Exactly.
When it's reversed, it's like, well, let's wait for more evidence.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why there's this bullshit. There's this bullshit thing on the internet where it's like, it's so two-sided, where it's kind of like, yes, it's the double standard shit, where like, if he was the one chasing her, that's it. It would have been like, hey, nail in the coffin, he's guilty. But now that she was the one chasing him, people are like, let's wait for more information to come out. Very double standard. The internet's always been, especially Twitter, hella double standard. It's sad.
And see, because it's a little 50-50 right now. It feels like the threshold for who is different depending on whether it's a man or a woman. I don't know. I doubt that's supported by facts. I think it's more so supported by feelings. But in reality, men, you've probably been hit by a woman at some point. Most of it is...
Bro, I've already talked about this. I've been low-key in a situation like that. Like way back in the day. I'm talking like way back. So that's why when I was hearing like the shit like this in stories, I understand it. It makes sense. So I get it. Because I've been in a scenario like that once where it's kind of like shit's happening to you, but then you know, as a man, you can't do shit back, because if you do shit back, you get in extra trouble. The girl could beat you up all they want. Nothing happens to them. The second you push them a little too hard and they fall back and they hit their head or something. Oh, now you're the bad guy. Now you're the villain. Now you're the Thanos of the story. Get the fuck out of here. It's weird.
I'm not talking about like a playful hit. I'm talking about like she thinks she's not doing any damage, so she hits in anger. And so that's so common for women that it's also not taken seriously. But in reality, it should be.
It should be taken serious.
You wouldn't want to be hit. Don't hit other people. There's so many other
That's literally what I keep saying. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Don't put your hands on somebody else. I don't give a fuck if you're mad. As a woman, if you're mad, I understand you're mad. But don't be putting your hands on people and then expecting them to not put their hands back on you. That's all I'm saying. Treat others the way you want to be treated. You shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. Nobody should be putting hands on nobody.
ways to express your emotions. This situation is very messy. Looking at the evidence,
The evidence looks still a little crazy. The fact that she was passed out drunk in her apartment and he came in there with a handyman and then he realized that she was passed out and then they called the police. She already looks like she's an alcoholic. If anything, they're gonna, I don't know how else they could get more evidence because they got all the footage of her chasing him. They got the footage of her saying apparently, oh, her ear was lacerated and she had a bruised finger, but somehow she went out to a nightclub and she went to a party with random people, ended up getting blacked out drunk, ended up going back to the, I don't know, bro.
I don't think you could possibly, beyond a reasonable doubt, find him guilty in a criminal court. I think that you would struggle to even win in a civil court if you're her. Honestly, if he was so intent on gathering evidence the way she was with these recordings and stuff, I think he would be able to sue her for everything she
That's what I'm saying. If anything, especially with how much shit and how much brand deals and opportunities that he lost, I would sue the living fuck out of her.
because you would have a lot of evidence to support it. Like when you think about that phone call, my first thought was, if it's just a one-on-one call, who the fuck recorded it? These are thoughts you have, and these are actions you follow up with while you're having a very serious convo following an incident. So there's two ways to look at it. You could say she did it for her own protection because he hit her, or you could say she's trying to plant some evidence.
You say he was found guilty unless his lawyers demand a retrial? Bro, and then I see Stardust Bay in the chat. And then remember Stardust when you were like, hey, Manny, you should get into a relationship. You see, this is why. This is why, bro. This is why I'd rather be single. This is why I'd rather be single. His whole life got ruined. His whole life got fucking ruined because he was with this fucking girl, bro. Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care. This is insane. He lost everything because of this bitch.
And so when I see like a handful of 1.5 pages of screenshots and that's it in my head, I'm thinking like, why not just take it?
Exactly. Get all the texts. Where's the whole log? They're taking specific stuff out of context. No, give me the whole log. We need the whole thing.
Being honest, record a video and swipe, because then there's no chance of potential Photoshop. There's no chance of potential. That's what I would do if I wanted
yes.
evidence to feel legitimate. So those are the type of things that pop in my head. The reality also is that there might also be evidence that we're not privy to, and that might be part of the deciding factor before the jury gives a verdict. But the problem I have more than anything is it's no longer innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until you can prove yourself innocent.
True. That is so fucking true. That's literally how the system works now. They will instantly say you're guilty, and it could literally be word of mouth. Yo, Manny put his finger in my butt. Oh, that motherfucker definitely did it. Guilty. Where the proof? Where the text messages? Where the pictures? You literally just believe in a random person, word of mouth. How the fuck am I guilty if you got no proof?
And the fact that he's lost so many roles, I low-key agree makes sense. Because, like, not makes sense, but having them pause. If he did hit her and they shot a $100 million movie, $200 million movie, like I think he was Kang, right? He was Kang. And he was huge on Creed. It's like, you gotta think, like, right when they're about to publish it, kind of like what happened with The Flash, and now there's all this drama with one of your main guys, the main guy, that's a fucking nightmare. So I think for financial reasons, you kind of want to chill a little bit. But the fact that
losing roles to me is what's crazy.
Yeah, a pause makes sense if you need to know what's going on. Yeah. You feel me? But if he's exonerated from all these charges, there is no continuation, then yeah, as a society, we've just regressed until guilty until proven innocent. And the scary part about that is there's two types of people on this planet, right? There's the nice people that can't fathom that somebody would lie, and then there's the liars who find comfort, like they're like, she's like me, so I'm going to side with her. And
yup.
There's people like you. If you and your friend group, you can even imagine them lying about something that's important, project that onto every other friend group. But I'm telling you, there's all types of people on this planet. There's people that are really kind, neutral, not that kind, rude, and then just flat out fucking evil. But the evil, you don't even want to know what those niggas be talking about. You don't even want to know what that world looks like. You don't want to be associated with those niggas. You would struggle to believe what they're capable of. Not saying that's her in all reality. Like, she can't even remember the truth. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. How the fuck are they even siding with her when she was blackout drunk? And it's like, she has no recollection of what happened. She had no idea where the fuck she was at. Literally in the text messages and the voice things, it seems like she was like an alcoholic for a while. So it's kind of like, bro.
She wouldn't even be able to remember most of the events from that night. So getting a testimony from her from the point where she's walking into walls, my nigga. She's walking into walls, bro.
Bro, and it's not even fair. It's not even fair. It's not even fair realistically, because it's like, bro, you're blacked out drunk.
I
She
don't know.
wouldn't take a driving class after that, let alone give a testimony that's gonna impact somebody's life. We have to understand, first of all, we're not in this situation, so the truth is elusive. So all we can do is follow the evidence. And if we removed our bias, man, woman, black, white, all the bullshit, and we just looked at the facts, right now it looks like he didn't do it. Clubbing.
I'm gonna be honest. Him running away and her chasing him for about 2 blocks. Them shits look like Manhattan blocks. 2 blocks, and she was chasing him while he was like, "Get away from me." Because you got to think about it in a mentality like this. If I assaulted you, right? Me and Stardust Bay. I decked you in the face. Mink. Why the fuck you gonna be like stay close to me? No. If I decked you, you would have been like, oh, hell no. You would have been like, back the fuck up. Why the fuck, if he was binking her, she would chase him? Like, in what world does that make any sense? Like if I assaulted you, why would you chase me? If anything, you'd be running away from me. I don't know, bro. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And then her saying that her finger was fucked up and her ear was cut, but then she still decided to go to a nightclub and drink and hug people. Oh my God, how are you? Oh my God, how are you? Let's have fun. Makes no sense to me, bro. Makes no sense to me. I feel like she's lying.
After you have a laceration on your ear, even though you have a crazy headache, is insane work, guys. That's fucking nuts. That on top of the video.
Because that's what I'm saying, bro. That alone, a laceration on your ear, and you saw the image, even though it was blurred out, that shit looked like it was bloody as fuck. If my finger was fucked up and my ear was cut, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm not going to the club. I'm not gonna go drinking. I'm going the fuck home.
Evidence that might just save this nigga's whole career of her chasing him entire blocks, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
If I told you, oh, someone chased me down 8 blocks, you're like, cap.
Nobody
That's
would
a hard
believe.
thing to believe.
No,
Right?
no one would ever believe that he said, and then she proceeded to chase me down 4 blocks. Nobody would ever believe this
We
nigga.
would say that's a lie, but now that we know we have the video, we're like, the video can't be the lie because it was recording the fucking street, my nigga. It was taken from the city.
The irony is that it was a YouTube channel that was criticizing us for saying, why are y'all being so selective with the video evidence that we saw like 5 months ago? I'm like, bro, if y'all niggas are challenging video evidence, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah, and it's like more video evidence might come out that leads us in a completely different direction.
Bro, honestly, I hope more evidence comes out. I hope more evidence comes out because this shit is already looking very, very suspicious and it's very fucked up.
Not where we are right now in this moment. Right now in this moment, it looks like she got drunk, didn't remember much, and then when the police arrived,
Bro, they need to have the footage. Do they have the footage of her going back to her apartment? Because if it's like an apartment complex or hotel, whatever, there has to be footage of her coming up, her going up the escalator, or her walking down the halls. You said there's no. How's there no footage of that? There has to be footage of that. They got to get all that evidence, everything of her going back to her place. They have to have all that evidence.
gave a statement that she didn't even believe. And I don't know if you've ever had to deal with the police before, but they're not trying to find the truth. They're just trying to get a charge.
True. Police don't give a fuck about finding the truth. They just want to get a charge because police got to hit a quota where they got to give out a bunch of tickets and submissions and trying to get as much tickets as they possibly can. They and charges. They don't give a fuck about finding the truth.
They're trying to, and then eventually the prosecutor, they're not trying to find the truth. They're just trying to get a conviction, okay? They'll take any evidence and they'll sell it in a way that's going to get them to that goal. So the system's fucked in and of itself. Nobody from the defense to the prosecutor to the police is really in search of the truth. And the reality is in this situation, someone's lying, right? Either she or he is. But right now,
It's not enough. It's just not enough evidence to convict them. It's just not. It's just not.
I want to see her scroll through all those texts. I bet we would learn.
No, true. Wait, she was the one that showed those texts? They got to show the whole text. They gotta go up and down from like the whole day of all the text messages. I hate it when people do that shit. Like they just show like specific text out of context to make you look bad, but they don't have the whole. She got to put the whole thing.
Ton if she just did this. Yeah. But hey, man, hopefully we get down to the truth.
Yo, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us know if y'all believe that Jonathan Majors did it or not. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Also, you missed the last video we talked about this whole situation.
Okay, right now it's not looking 100% like he did it, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm still gonna play devil's advocate. I still want to see more evidence. I want to see more evidence and I want to see more things come out before I can even say 100% certainty on how I feel. But we still got to see all the shit. We still got to see all the shit though. Nice. You said, who even are these guys? Bro, they're like one of the biggest content creators right now and some of the biggest streamers that are out right now. said uni doesn't know agent. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, I made this little editing project. You can skip it, but I've learned a lot making it. Mute it so you can only listen to it. It might be copyrighted. I think it looks dope. Link.
What? What is this? Class, I'm gonna be honest. This better not be 4 minutes of just him walking. Class. You know what? I'm gonna go get some water. Y'all can listen to this shit. Okay. Okay. What? Nah, this shit is just gonna be loud as fucking shit. So it's Monsters Inc.
It's Monday. It's a work day again.
Oh my god. Nah, that bitch gotta pay rent. Fuck out of here. That's a horse. Yo, I don't even want to know the shits this thing takes. Holy shit. I love dogs, but that... Nah, for real. That motherfucker need to get a job. Ain't no fucking way. Get the fuck out of here. Chat convinced me to try it. I'm with Retro. No. This shit tastes like... Bro, I would never try this again. I tried it one time. Never again. It literally tastes like fruit punch and medicine. I didn't like it too much. Out of a 10, I would give it like a 6. I'd rather just drink Arizona or Gatorade over this. Galacticus versus Unicron? Don't know any of those people. TMZ confirms that Max Payne voice actor dead at 65. Damn, bro, after cancer battle? That's unfortunate. Damn, bro, rest in peace, man. How to win with every character in Grand Blue Fantasy. What is this video about? It's just run tackle? Light dash is broken? It really isn't. You just gotta hold block. You say you just don't get it, bro? All right, so I'm out. In before he says no beef stew. No, there's no fucking beef stew alert.
Had the beef stew alert already. 1997. Anyways, I heard on your Instagram story that you wanted a GF. How about you and Clitoris meet up again for the holidays? By the way, Retro and chat, what should I eat? Chinese? Subway?
I mean, it's up to you, man. Chinese is pretty good, but that shit is salty as fuck. Very high in sodium. So you're going to be thirsty as fuck after you eat that shit, but it's going to be good. Subway is healthier, but that shit going to burn through your stomach much faster than usual. So it's up to you, man. Thank you for the 1997. Bro, I am never going to make a beef stew alert. You know why? Because I don't even know who the fuck beef stew is, and I am not even like... Fuck beef stew. I ain't ever making an alert for that bitch. Anyway. Let me see. I don't even know who the fuck beef stew is. He don't even know who the fuck I am.
Alright, well, we need to... Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Holy shit, the dude. What is this? Why are the nears levitating?
What he said? What he said?
Why are the nears levitating?
Nah, I heard something else. Nah, I heard something else. What did he say?
Why are the nears levitating?
Nah, I heard something else.
Skibidi Toilet Giant. 46 months link.
Well, Skibbity Moore, I made it, despite your bibrections.
Ah, incredibly Kenny Chalmers, welcome. I hope your body is ready for a Bowser Fargassy luncheon.
Riz.
Oh, egads! My cat is ruined! But what if I were to purchase Pizza Tower and disguise it as my own Riz? Digitally circus.
I'm out, bro. Okay. What the fuck? These women are in danger. Topless Twitch streamer sat in her car and gets a stream sniper.
38 months. Time to pay for daycare retro.
Thank you. Ruiolas, thank you. Bro, I was stream sniped. Yo, I was stream sniped too. I want to see them things, bro. I want to see them titties. Bro, she mad chill with it too.
He brought me things, but I can't show you. You guys don't get to know. Everyone is talking in Turkish right now, so I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, he definitely clapped afterwards, bro. He definitely clapped afterwards, probably. Just realized, having it be a movie means that I have to sit next to Chainsaw Man fans in a stuffy ass theater. Oh, it's over. Already seen it. I mean, you don't gotta watch it in the theaters.
It's a literal.
What? She said she about to get paid because how does this happen?
It's a literal piece of wood that she just bit into.
What?
That they battered the fuck up and fried and sauce. It's a.
Oh shit. Yo, you about to get paid. Long live Optimus. The Lifetime Achievement Award for his iconic lifelong acting career. W Optimus Prime. Nikke, New Scarlet. Bro, her butt is like really high up. Hopefully it's like an alt skin. Cute. Get these Siege Free players away from me, please. Bro, you having a problem with Siege Freed? Bro, I've been fucking up so many Siege Freeds, bro. Every time I see them motherfuckers and the shit starts and I'm playing La Diva, oh my god. Yo, I turned them into my bitch, bro. I literally be like, alright. Battle 1. Start. They always start with that first move where it's like a big poke. I roll, grab. Freaking jump. Bro, he's invincible on startup. Oh my gosh, bro. You said, can we play you? I've already been playing people. I've already been playing people now. But nah, he has this one move that I know what you're talking about, where it's kind of like you get like invincibility or some shit. Like he turns into Little Mac almost. But what the fuck?
It's like color. It's like color.
Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, they look nice.
I think we may have to end this man's life.
Oh, bother!
Oh, bother.
Well. Oh, I saw this. I saw this on Twitter. I saw this. I don't know what compelled this white girl on this Taylor Swift facts account to say this. Taylor Swift can now buy Kanye West and still have 700 million. What do you mean buy? What do you mean buy? You said Taylor Swift cannot buy Kanye as if this was abolished in the 1865 in the United States, bro. That, and then she took it down. She took it down. But motherfuckers, oh, yo, they screenshotted that shit so fast. They were like, nah, you're not going to get away with this. We saw that. Well. What the hell is this? I mean, they come in a Crunchyroll?
青い空、緑の木々、真っ赤な血。いつから忘れてたんだろう。世界ってこんなにも鮮やかな色に満ち溢れてたんだな。会社に行かなくていい一日ってなんて素晴らしいんだ。
I did saw that you apparently don't like Prime, which if Chet doesn't know already, it's an immaculate drink made by KSI and Logan Paul. Anyways, it's sad to see that you have El Taste buds, but I will again recommend you Prime, but instead go with another flavor, like blue raspberry. That's my favorite flavor. If you had that, you
gotta remember, bro, there's a word limit. Man, you guys write like theses. You guys write like legit essays. Bro, blue raspberry is ass. You know what? I would try blue raspberry. I would try it. Thank you. Who was that? Zav? I appreciate it, man. Thank you. That's my favorite flavor. If you hate that, you gotta make your palate wider. Oh. You said, why don't you increase the TTS limit? I could. I'll probably do it soon. The TTS limit, I don't even know how to. Let me check. Let me see. I gotta find out where I can do it. I don't know if I gotta do it from the app itself. You said, please no. No, I can't increase it. Yeah, it doesn't let me increase it. There's no way to increase how much can be said. Yep. Yep, I don't see it. There's no way to increase it. No. You say y'all want to write a script with Chloe? Chill. Newton's first law of motion. An object remains in the same state of motion unless acted upon by a force. What are you guys? She's about to bust her ass. Oh my god, bro. I'm about to watch somebody die right now, bro. Like a boom, 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 boom. Something bad's about to happen, right? Like a boom, boom, boom. Oh, nothing happened. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was gonna be an asshole and completely pull that shit. And I thought she was about to jerk back, hit the back of her skull on the pavement there, and then just bleed out, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was expecting the worst, especially since we're on Twitter. That's all I usually expect, the worst. You said, who hurt you? Twitter. Because I've seen the worst of the worst on Twitter. Want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yo, you wanna watch JJK?
No, dude, it's so overrated.
Come on, bro. Look at the recent episode.
Oh my gosh, it's so ass.
Oh no. Spoilers. Okay, get me out. Nice. Yeah, what? Who this? What is this, like a Grand Blue character? You said it's Aru? Hey, you guys already know how I feel about Aru. I'm not gonna go over it again, bro. So I got no comment on that shit. Dave the Diver manga is in the works. Dave the Diver video. Ooh!
Haha, Doge.
You said manga? Nice. This is actually cool. I was playing I played like a good 3 hours of Dave the Diver yesterday. Huh. Okay. Cute. Nimona being Nimona.
Don't you fucking come running right at me. What the fuck are you doing? Go around me. I'm not moving for you. You'll move for me. Lance. Hey, here come this dumbass.
Yo, they got an Amazon delivery thing. You know damn well these things are not going to succeed because there's going to be that one motherfucker that's going to break these shits and try to steal the packages. But then even though they got tracking devices, people will still try to break these shits and steal it because here's the thing. If one of these gets stolen, yes, there's a tracking device on it, but you think like a police force is going to get dispatched out instantaneously to go find those devices that get stolen? No, they're going to take their sweet time trying to find that shit again.
You guys are out of control. Yes, first off, slow down on the fucking sidewalk. When you see somebody coming, you get out of the way, okay? Humans are not gonna move for you. You guys are gonna move for us. All right? We don't fucking work for you.
You said mount a gun on it? Bro, that's equivalent to me saying porch pirates. I feel like we should legalize putting packages in front of our houses that are actually like, you know, C4s. And if a porch pirate takes it and then I realize a porch pirate took it, I could detonate it and whatever happens, happens. Why are you taking my package? GG's. Tier list. Okay. Yeah, I know his ass is up there. I know Siegfried is up there. Her ass is up there if you know how to use her. Gran is stupid. Where's the other Gran? This bitch Gran. There's Gran and then there's this bitch. What the fuck? Wait, there's two versions of this motherfucker? I thought they were the same person. What is this? Mario and Metal Mario. Okay. I love how Ladiva and Lowain is at the bottom, and I'm like actually playing these characters. But a lot of the time I fuck up a lot of these people playing these other characters with these two characters. The last DLC of the base game was the clone. Look, I'm gonna be good at playing one of the considered worst characters in the game. I'm gonna be good at it. So then when I learn how to play some of the best characters in the game, I'll be a demon at it. Trust the process. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
Hey man, what's wrong?
Lightning McQueen fucked my mom.
Oh, come on, you know better. Lightning McQueen isn't real. Jeff, you're sweating really bad.
I fucked your mom, shit lip.
I would shoot at his tires. Oh my god, animators getting hired by Mappa for the Chainsaw Man movie. What is this, the Blair Witch Projects? Jeez. That's just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. The One Piece. Hey man, you're gonna have to, oh no. You're gonna have to give me some context, bro. You're gonna have to give me some context, bro. What?
¡Mua! ¡Ay! Le di un beso. Otra vez, otra vez.
Oh, that one looks hilarious. You said One Piece is getting a remake? They're remaking One Piece? That long ass fucking show, they're remaking it? I feel bad for whatever studio's in charge of that shit. They're gonna be working for like 6 years straight. Yo, they gonna work for 6 years straight, bro.
You know who else is the honored one?
My mom. Yo, you gotta send me higher resolution pictures because I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at.
True. Yo, fuck the One Piece anime remake. Too many bandwagoners now, spoilers are mad heavy right now, the new fan base is annoying as fuck, they're gonna fuck up the best scenes and their moments, and they're probably gonna get rid of the August.
You talking about that? I mean, I guess all we can do is wait. All we can do is wait for it to come out, and then when it comes out, it's gonna be fire. Yeah, this figure is definitely going in the jar. I need that. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need it. Oh, we're back. We're back. One more refresh. Dominoes, the rise and fall, and rise again. Domino stays on top. Hey, man.
Domino's is quite possibly the world's most beloved pizza chain. Let me know which one is your favorite, but a couple years ago when I asked that question on this channel's community tab, over 100,000 people voted on it, with Domino's emerging as the clear winner. Over the past 15 years or so, it has been a tremendous investment. Their stock price has risen from $3 to $400, meaning if you had bought in at the perfect time, right at their low point in 2008, you would have turned $1 into over 100. As of right now, they are the undisputed largest pizza chain in the world, surpassing Pizza Hut.
And then the worst part is that their pizza's so mid, bro. Like the regular Domino's pizza is so mid.
In terms of sales in 2018, and then surpassing them in number of locations in 2021. There are currently over 20,000 Domino's restaurants in 90 markets around the world that combine to serve over 1 million customers.
And then also their chicken, the bone-in chicken that they sell, terrible. I don't know what kind of baby birds that they're killing, but they would say, hey, we're gonna give you 6 chicken wings, and they're like this small each wing. They're out here killing quails, bro. Why are the wings so small?
Customers per day. That is insane. In just about any way you look at it, Domino's has been a remarkable success story, which I think is even more impressive when you consider how much they have struggled to get to this point. My goodness, they have had some major setbacks, so in this video, I am excited to talk about some major rises and falls that they have experienced over the years. There have been a lot of them, so I'm going to get right to it by starting.
You said, honestly, first mistake is getting wings from a pizza place. Actually, Pizza Hut has the best wings because I don't know why Pizza Hut had a collaboration with Wingstop. Their wings were fucking perfection. Pizza Hut and Wingstop, yo, their wings were like this. They were like this fucking big, full of meat, full of juices, perfect. Fucking peak perfection.
starting with their first rise and introducing their founder and longtime CEO, Tom Monahan, who I think has an inspirational story. After his father passed away when he was 4 years old, his mother sent him to an orphanage, and he ultimately grew up in various foster homes. From there, he joined the Marines for a few years, returned home with aspirations of going to college, but was unable to afford it. In 1960, when he was 23 years old, his brother convinced him to take out a $900 loan and use the money to become 50-50 partners in buying a small local pizza shop near Eastern Michigan University called Dominick.
What do you mean by that? Don't mind me. Got my box of Snahaja Up-Ups. Let me enjoy me a box of delicious Snahaja Up-Ups. Coming in nice and fresh.
Dominick's Pizza.
Hey, bro. No jalapenos? Nah, I don't need jalapenos. Perfect timing, right? We're watching a whole fucking video about pizza, and then conveniently enough, my pizza shows up.
Yeah, it was Dominick's, and I have to emphasize that this was a small business operated by two young men who didn't really know what they were doing. In fact, after less than a year, his brother wanted out of the partnership so he could pursue his career
Domino's always on top? Hey, for you.
As a mailman, and all it took to buy
Thank
him out
you.
of his half was
Thank
an
you, Electric.
old
Thank Noah.
Volkswagen Beetle that they were using for deliveries. That's funny to think about. At one point, someone sold 50% of this multi-billion-dollar company for the price of a used car. As the full owner of Dominick's, Monahan opened 2 more restaurants over the next few years. In 1965, a delivery driver suggested that they change the name to Domino's, and a big reason Monahan was so receptive to it is because he liked the idea of using a domino in their logo. He put 3 dots on that domino to represent the 3 restaurants that he had at the time, and then his plan was to add another dot every time he opened a new one. Obviously, he wasn't trying to become a national brand at that point, but 2 years later, he did start franchising, and by the end of the decade, may have been going a little crazy with it, and that leads me to their first fall. In less than 1 year, Monahan opened 32 new restaurants, which was insanity. Domino's almost quadrupled in size to 44 locations. Unlike most of his original restaurants, these were mostly franchised and located far away from universities. They weren't getting any customers, but he kept them running by going deeper into debt to a point where he was unable to make his payments, and the bank took majority ownership of the company. The bank's recovery plan involved finding cheaper ingredients that clearly didn't attract more customers. It really just aggravated the franchisees to a point where they were filing lawsuits against the company, and the whole thing was a disaster. Monahan was able to regain full ownership from the bank simply because it was pretty much worthless at that point, and amazingly he stuck with it and was able to maneuver his way through the situation and get Domino's back on track. So the start of their next rise was mostly behind the scenes on the business end, working out deals in court to slowly pay off creditors, making various efforts to repair relationships with franchisees involving new restructured agreements or having them separate from the system. After a year or so, Domino's was in a much more stable condition and ready to start growing again. Though I do want to mention that in the 1970s, the company that made Domino's Sugar did file a lawsuit against them claiming trademark infringement for using the Domino name, but after 5 years, the courts ruled that there was no issue and they can continue using it. So the 1980s is when Domino's really started expanding like crazy. They became the fastest growing pizza chain and one of the fastest growing restaurant chains overall. Well under 1,000 locations entering into the decade, was over 5,000 by the end of it. Simply put, this is when most people tried Domino's Pizza for the first time, and without a doubt, the single biggest reason behind their breakout success is delivery. I know that sounds ridiculous today, considering how often we all get food delivered, but Domino's was arguably a big part in popularizing it. Going back to that original location, they would deliver the pizzas around the college campus partially because the building was too small for people to eat inside of it. According to Tom Monahan, delivery at the time was pretty minimal, so I decided to focus on that, and it was the best thing I've done. In the 1980s, they started offering a famous guarantee that said your pizza would be delivered in 30 minutes or less, and to help promote it, they introduced one of the most annoying mascots in television history called the Noid. The idea here was that the Noid would ruin pizzas. He would crush them.
As a business owner, I would never do some shit like that. If we don't deliver your pizza 30 minutes or under, Especially like in New York, knowing traffic, you get the pizza for free. Get the fuck out of here.
Or delay the drivers, or make them cold. If you ever had a problem with the way you received your pizza, well, that was the Noid messing with it. But his efforts would never work on a Domino's pizza. To be clear, I do think that this was a great campaign. It really got people talking about Domino's. There were video games with the Noid and action figures. Sure, he was annoying, but that was kind of the point. To summarize here, Domino's was on top of the world in the 1980s, but sadly, it could not maintain that same momentum going into the next decade. By the 1990s, they were losing money, and things were really starting to slow down. See, a big part of it was competition from other restaurants that were taking Domino's lead and offering their own delivery service. Most notably, their biggest competitor, Pizza Hut. They started offering delivery on a large scale in 1986, invested heavily into advertising it, and it sparked a bit of a delivery war between them. By the 1990s, Pizza Hut was responsible for about a quarter of all pizza deliveries, and honestly, the fact that Pizza Hut took so long to start doing it in the first place is likely a big reason that Domino's was able to become so significant during that time. To complicate things, their 30 minutes or less promise had become surprisingly controversial. There were multiple accidents involving Domino's drivers, some of them deadly, so the perception was that these drivers were being reckless and
Yeah. Because here's the thing. You can imagine being at work and the motherfucker's like, yo, you gotta deliver all these pizzas in 30 minutes or under. And it's 3 o'clock, all the kids are getting out of school, traffic out the wazoo, make a miracle happen.
order to get those pizzas delivered on time. One particular accident in 1989 involved a Domino's delivery driver running a red light and hitting a woman who suffered injuries to her head and her spine. 4 years later, the court awarded her $78 million, and that was the final straw that motivated Domino's to discontinue their 30...
78 million? Yo, you said fucked her neck up? Okay, but 78 million is insane. I'm about to throw myself in front of a Domino's truck when I go outside. What the fuck?
30 minutes or less guarantee. On top of that, there was a completely separate, frightening incident involving their famous mascot. Yeah, that sounds absurd, but it was serious. In early 1989, a man named Kenneth Lamar Noid had mental health issues where he believed that the whole Noid campaign was created to make fun of him. He thought that Domino's based the character on him and that the commercials were essentially telling people to avoid him. Again, he was mentally unhealthy, so he went into one of the restaurants with a revolver and took 2 employees hostage for 5 hours. It was a scary situation that thankfully ended safely. He was sent to a mental health institute for a few months before taking his own life in 1995. The mascot had this negative energy attached to it after that initial incident, and then they stopped using it altogether after what happened in 1995. As if all that wasn't enough, yet another contributor to Domino's struggles during this time would be the partial exit of Tom Monahan.
So they stopped using the Noid mascot because of one motherfucker? That's a little crazy, bro. That's a little crazy, bro.
It led the company since the beginning, but after having so much success throughout the 1980s, it seems like he was ready to cash out, leave the company, and move on to other things. He had bought the baseball team, the Detroit Tigers, and devoted a lot of time to charitable causes involving the Catholic Church. He is an extremely religious person, so I don't know, it's speculation, but I get the impression that he sort of had one foot out the door and wasn't devoting the same time or passion to the Domino's company that he had been in the past. In 1989, while maintaining complete ownership, he named a new president that took over the management of day-to-day activities. He says that he was actively looking for someone to buy the company, and naming a new president was his plan to show potential buyers that Domino's could function without him. Well, the plan backfired because the company wasn't functioning the same without him, and he was
the Domino's law going kinda crazy, not gonna lie.
Were able to make a respectable comeback. I wouldn't say it was anything extravagant, but as time passed, their reputation recovered. Monahan returned to manage the company through most of the decade, where he helped improve efficiency before finally selling it all together in 1998 in favor of devoting time to his religion. They started offering menu items that weren't pizza for the first time ever when they introduced breadsticks in 1992, and then chicken wings 2 years later. They had other successful advertising campaigns and slogans like their famous "Get the door, it's Domino's" in the early 2000s, again emphasizing the delivery of the pizzas. Everything was back on the rise again, but it didn't last for long. Their next fall occurred toward the second half of the 2000s. Overall sales were down in the US, but I think that the most telling figure here is their change in same-store sales. You never want to see a negative number here. It basically means that fewer people were eating at Domino's, considering each comparable restaurant was selling less food than the year before. Obviously, the recession was a factor. Fewer people were spending money on eating at restaurants, but there was a lot more going on here. Part of this decline was due to a crazy video that went viral. I don't even want to show most of it, but there were these...
What was it, the Shane Dawson thing? Nah, Shane Dawson was talking about Pizza Hut. No, not Pizza Hut. I'm tripping. Chuck E. Cheese.
2 Domino's employees doing gross things to the food and seemingly sending it out to the customers. They later said that it was all a big joke and they weren't sending it to the customers, but my god, this made people apprehensive about going to Domino's, and I can't blame them. It's not a pleasant video to watch. But probably the biggest reason behind this fall, ironically, is their emphasis on delivery. I know it keeps going back to that. 20 or 30 years earlier, it was great for them because that was the thing that made Domino's different. But by 2009, it wasn't all that hard to get pizza delivered, no matter where you called. Instead of focusing on fast pizza, they should have been focusing on tasty pizza, because now there were multiple national brands to choose from.
Right, Retro, I think it's time you ended stream. Link.
I'm gonna watch that later.
All of which had their own unique flavors. The main criticism of Domino's was that their crust tasted like cardboard. Now, you cannot run a successful pizza restaurant if your crust tastes like cardboard. That's practically common sense. So, for the next and final rise, they switched things up when they completely changed the recipe by launching their new and inspired pizza. I'm talking about new crust, new cheese, new sauce. It tasted completely different from what they had been serving before. That is a risky move, but they put a lot of time and effort into creating that new recipe, and the consensus seems to be that it was a positive change. Please tell me what you think of it, but most signs indicate that it was a major improvement. I remember the commercials around this time. They stood out to me because they were essentially owning up to their mistakes, openly saying that their pizza was not very good before and that they changed it. It was strange to see a company putting themselves down in a commercial, but it's a modest quality that people can connect with, and it was really impactful. successful. Their CEO said he believed customers had a closer connection with the brand, and that connection was helped by social media campaigns. Oddly enough, that gross viral video proved to be a small blessing for Domino's because they created a Twitter account and posted a video in response to the situation, and that helped them get on the track of utilizing social media. For example, their Show Us Your Pizza campaign that asked people to take photos of their pizza for a chance to win money. And social media is not the only technology that played a big part in their comeback. Domino's has been pioneering with ordering from your phone and their pizza tracker, both introduced before the new and inspired pizza, but became much more popular after it. Starting in 2012, they phased in a remodeled pizza theater store design where you can see the pizzas being made and a new logo. I like it. It reminds you of the old one, but a cooler, simplified version of it. Their domestic sales quickly started growing to record heights, more than doubling from that point. But maybe most importantly, their same-store sales did a complete reversal into the positive, meaning more people started eating pizza from Domino's. It helped catapult them into the #1 spot as the world's biggest pizza chain, making this one of the most dramatic comebacks in restaurant history. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Domino's? How do they compare to Pizza Hut and all the other pizza chains? And has your opinion of them changed over the years? Also, how do you feel about all these rises and falls over the years? To me, a lot of these struggles were understandable, or even mostly out of their hands. But even when that was the case, they've always been able to get back up, push forward, and figure out something new. Maybe it sounds funny to say this, but there is a lot to respect about Domino's. So any other thoughts you have about the company or the pizza, leave them in the comments.
The only thing that I like about Domino's is their deep dish. They have good deep dishes. That shit is delicious. What is this? What is this? Well, thank you, Tainted.
I deserve so much better because every single person here knows that you were trying to talk to a girl named Jenny that about being friends with benefits. Like literally, all of us have seen screenshots and screen recordings of everything you sent her, especially within the past few days, and how you were texting her and sending her videos. You literally sent her the same picture you sent me today. That's bad. Yeah. So in case you didn't figure it out, we're
I can't hear anything. Is there a woman equivalent to Where's My Hug, men? You gonna act like you ain't seen me? True! You got it. You got it. But what is this? Batman? Who sent me this? I mean, like, what's the context? What's the context?
Baby mama.
I don't care.
Please give the Persona video a chance link.
No! What video?
Be comparing the navigators. You have no.
All right, chat.
No choice but to use each of the game's navigator. There'd be no sense comparing them. They're the only one you can pick. And yes, this video will not contain characters from the first 3 Persona games. The combat in those titles is not similar enough to the recent games to make any meaningful comparison. No, I didn't forget, it just wouldn't make for an interesting video. We also won't be pitting characters across multiple games against each other. Take, for example, Yukari and Morgana. Of course, Morgana can do more stuff, his game is more recent. Everybody's just split into their own respective games. Just to keep things nice and fair. Okay, with that done, let's begin. So starting with Persona 3, easily the most difficult game in the franchise. There's a giant tower, it's full of shadows, and yeah, they do a lot of damage. Specifically those bird shadows for some reason. I don't know why. To deal with this severe amount of damage, you're going to need healing at some point, and that's exactly what Yukari is best at. Being the character that joins you from the very beginning of the journey, Yukari's main asset of the team is healing skills, status recovery, and casting wind magic. From level 1 all the way to endgame, this is what she does, and while this is very rigid, you cannot deal damage if you are dead. While it's true Yukari has the highest magic stat in the game, she is far from the greatest magic damage dealer, as she will never learn the wind boost or wind amp skills. So Mitsuru will always outpace her in damage. But that's fine, because she's a support character at the end of the day, and she really excels in that niche. She's also the only party member capable of learning wind win spells. And in P3, win skills can be very hard to come by. So until you start making progress in the Fortune social link, Yukari has a good place on your team for a very long time. And for that reason, I think she belongs in B tier. Junpei is up next to the plate, and his skill set varies depending on the version of the game you are playing. For example, in Persona 3 Portable, he learns some skills earlier and learns his best skill, Rakukaja, later compared to Persona 3 FES. But in both versions, he's a heavy-hitting physical attacker who on occasion uses some fire magic. But honestly, I have a difficult time recommending Junpei, as his primary focus is physical damage, but it's not very consistent in the early game, taking huge chunks of his HP to deal only moderate damage, and only to a single target, which encounters in P3 rarely are. That being said, he does eventually learn the skill Ma Rakukaja, which is phenomenal to keep your team alive, and he even mitigates some of the HP loss from his physical skills with Spring of Life. So bad early game, decent late game. C tier seems fair to me. Up next we have... who joins third? It's been a while since I played the games. I think it's... I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's... I've been waiting for this! Akihiko is the best character in Persona 3, hands down. No contest. He's the only character who innately has access to debuff skills. This unique position makes it incredibly difficult to justify ever taking him off your team. While his offenses are just okay, he quite literally increases the damage and survivability of everyone else in the party, and can even assist in healing. While it's true, debuffs are less useful than buffs against bosses that act twice a turn, for the other 98% of the game where that isn't an issue, Akihiko is almost mandatory for Persona 3 Portable's hardest difficulty. He's also a great source of strike damage given his melee weapon of choice. All around, good luck debating me, but Akihiko is just the best. Now on to the other upperclassman, Mitsuru Kirijo. There's an interesting thing I learned about this character while researching this video. She's the only member of SEES to have access to the skill Mind Charge, which has led many to believe she is a magical powerhouse. But did you know this skill doesn't function like it does in other games? Instead of Mind Charge doubling her damage and then some, like in other releases, Mind Charge and Power Charge only boost her damage by a 1.9 multiplier, meaning a skill boosted by Power Charge would do slightly less damage than just casting the spell twice. So for most of P3, Mitsuru has a borderline useless skill. She also has Spirit Drain. So now at max level, she has 2 useless skills out of 8. We should also make note of Mitsuru's ability to cast status effects. Marin Karin is very useful against shadows of the Strength Arcana, but really isn't consistent at all, and neither is Tentarafu. So she's more or less just an Ice Maker machine. But P3P does give her a bit of a band-aid in the form of a sword. This specific sword granting her Ice Boost, meaning her elemental damage is the best in the game, even if that's all she can do. Personally though, her damage will never compare to the main characters, as they can fuse whatever personas they want and get whatever skills they desire. And unlike Akihiko, she can't actually assist in helping the main character do more damage with any buffs or debuffs. That's why I believe characters that have a supporting archetype are just a little bit better than selfish attackers like Mitsuru. Hopefully Reload fixes the Mind Charge skill and makes it actually good. Middle of B tier, she has pros, but a lot of cons. Aigis, on the other hand, is just amazing. As soon as she joins SEES, she's already packing huge damage in the form of Swift Strike. But as she climbs in the levels, she'll gain single-sided buffs, and eventually become the perfect support party member. Dia Rahan, Sama Rikarin, and a multi-targeting buffs for the whole party, as well as huge physical attacks to boot. And if that wasn't enough, she has access to Orgia mode, which is something no other party member can do. After taking a turn to activate, she'll gain a boost to her stats, and her skills will cost no resources, which can quickly end a fight if triggered properly. The only real downside to her is a lack of offensive magic. If you're fighting a foe that completely resists all physical attacks, which isn't uncommon in Persona 3, yeah, she's not doing a lot, but frankly, most of her turns are better spent just buffing anyways. She's going in Aegis tier. Get it? Because it sounds like Aegis. And now we have the Stinkies. Koromaru needs a bath, because his move selection stinks. Cerberus is nearly all offense, in a game where you really could use some defense. Usually doing damage is a great way to minimize damage to yourself, as if the battle ends earlier, you take less damage, right? Well, here's the thing. Koromaru's highest stat is Agility, which really only benefits himself. His second highest stat is Strength, and at 99 he loses all physical moves. Why did they do this? I don't know. I tried time and time again to make Koromaru work in a party, but his stats and his skills are at odds with each other. And in a game where you need every single advantage you can get, that's just not going to cut it. Also, his weakness to light doesn't do him any favors either. I'm thinking D tier for Dog. And now we have Ken, who is interesting. He's a jack-of-all-trades character having access to Cruel Attack, a 100% target heal, electric spells, and Hamon, which can speed up grinding by a significant margin. There's only one problem, and it's a big one. He's weak to instant death, which many of the shadows in Tartarus possess. Having your healer weak to this is just a recipe for disaster, as usually when the healer dies, your main character is short to follow. He gets some healing skills before Yukari does, but a dark weakness, it's just too big to ignore. Although I will say he's more useful than Koromaru thanks to this healing. It's just not by much. Oh, crap! And lastly, we have Shinjiro, and there's not a lot to say here. He has no weakness, which is great, but his move pool is significantly lacking, and yeah, it doesn't really bring much to the table. Except some yummy food.
Yup. He brings nothing to the table. That's why I didn't use him. And then people try to look at me weird whenever I said that. I'm like, he really didn't do anything. He brought nothing to the table.
F for food. But before we get to the rest of the list, a brief shout out to this video sponsor, Atlus, who want me to tell you all about Persona 5 Tactica, a brand new tactics RPG which I cannot stop singing the praises of. The game features a brand new story starring the Phantom Thieves, as they use planning and strategy to clear challenging yet balanced stages. If you can tell from this video, I'm kind of a strategy fan, and I am absolutely in love with Tactica. It has a phenomenal story, amazing music, and honestly well-crafted stages. And the new characters are just... they're so good, dude. One aspect I really appreciate is how each Phantom Thief feels completely unique to each other. Each character having a unique personality that is reflected in the gameplay itself. From their weapon types to the spells they learn, Now that the C's members have been officially ranked, it's time to move on to the investigation team. And while P4 has less combat units than P3, for the most part, a lot of them are viable, except for Yosuke. I don't like Yosuke. The millisecond Kanji joins the team, I bench Yosuke in my playthroughs. Generally, characters in Persona with an even stat spread need to do something extraordinary to stand out, and Yosuke just doesn't do that. Tsukukaja is the least desirable buff of the 3 major stats, and his healing isn't even that good. P4 Golden also introduced a 3rd awakening skill for our heroes, and Yosuke's skill is just Mediarama, and Tsukukaja...
Yosuke, I gave him a weapon that turned him into like this crit machine where we were farming the golden hands. So say whatever you want about Yosuke, we were destroying them golden hands.
In one skill, which while this is SP efficient, it's also a partial healing skill in a game where 2 characters get 100% healing skills at around the same time. He isn't even the only character to get access to Garu skills anymore, so yeah, I'm sorry man, you're not ranking high. Chie, on the other hand, is extremely powerful. I got 2 words for you. Galactic Punt. On risky difficulty, the ability to just instantly kill an opponent with no downside.
That move is so goated. Instant kills anyone.
Has insane value throughout the entire game. While other characters just knock down opponents with similar attacks, Chie just kills them. No other character does that. Her 3rd awakening skill is also easily the very best. Dragon Hustle boosts your stats all the way, and yeah, that's just like really rare in this game. Usually you have to do that with Heat Riser, but she does it for the whole party. It is true this eats up a ton of MP, but let's be honest, Chie wasn't going to use that anyways. If you spend a lot of time investing in Chie, she can eventually learn Bufudan, and her skill Agniastra can potentially do an absurd amount of damage to a whole horde of shadows, if you get lucky. The only real downside of using Chie is her low HP and endurance stat. Also, there's the Black Spot skill that she sadly keeps for way too long, and it's her most viable attacking option, but other than that, she's a great physical attacker in a game where physical is a very strong source of damage. But her attacks also do a lot of damage to her, and on risky difficulty, that can result in her getting knocked out more times than I'd like her to. Strong, but a few drawbacks, places her at the end of A tier. Yukiko Amagi is the strongest. No, really. She is the ideal party member to me. By having almost no investment in strength, she becomes a durable healer.
She's basically on from Persona 5, yes. She's a monster in magic. That's why I kept her in the party too.
Who can also output a ton of damage.
And she was like the best healer, I think. She had like the best healing moves and shit.
And unlike Yukari, she has access to Concentrate in a game where it works properly. Access to Fire Boost and Fire Amp, and her finisher, the unique skill, Burning Petals. This move on risky hits like a truck, even if it does cost a ton of SP to use. No, really, this just makes endgame a total breeze. Like, you really gotta try it sometime. A master of offense and defense, Yukiko is just the best, possibly in the whole franchise. S tier for sure. Kanji stat-wise is the polar opposite of Yukiko, and in that regard, he actually pairs really well with her. His physical attacks are more consistent, he also is able to reach 99 strength with ease, and has way higher survivability than Chie and access to Mataru Kaja. Chie and Kanji are neck and neck for physical damage dealing, as both have buffs, high damage, and power charge. But across my various playthroughs, Kanji's best asset to the team is his incredibly high endurance stat. And his
those hands are 6,000? What?
Physical resistance ability, something no other party member has. Kanji also has the ability to take a hit and then use an item to revive someone else. And that's something, sadly, Chie can sometimes struggle with. They're close, but I just like using Kanji a tiny bit more. And now, everyone's favorite mascot. Yeah, I don't use Teddy a lot, but
I hate
that
Teddy.
Might change. Teddy comes with so much utility, I was actually kind of surprised. Having access to a party-wide attack buff and defense buff on the same character, multi-target defense down in the form of Maracunda, which, by the way, is the best type of debuff. Sure, it does take him 5 extra levels to get 100% heal compared to Yukiko, but the optimal team comp absolutely has a place for Teddy on it. Some people say he sucks because of his 3rd awakening skill, Kamui Miracle, can actually help the opponent. But yeah, just don't learn it. Just stick to what he's good at. That's what I would do. Did I mention he also gets 3 elemental resists in a game with only 8 ways of dealing damage? That goes a long way in keeping him healthy. But he has no concentrate, so his damage does lag behind a bit. So he just barely escapes their tier and makes it into A. And lastly, for the investigation team, we have Detective Naoto, who actually receives pretty big buffs in Persona 4 Golden, gaining access to all tier 3 elemental magics, which complement her already good light and dark skills. She can also learn physical attacks and almighty attacks too. There's just one problem.
I feel like Teddy's a B.
Naoto will always hit like a wet noodle. The damage meta of P4 heavily revolves around the quad elemental passive boosts, which Naoto can never receive, only gaining passives that boost her instant kill chance. Defensively, she also has no weakness, which is amazing, but due to her low endurance, she might just die in one hit, regardless if she was struck by a weakness or not. Even with Concentrate, she just doesn't deal a lot of damage without those boosting passives. I've seen people sing her praises, but for me, she never really does any substantial
Bro, ain't no way he about to rank Teddy higher than Naoto. Ain't no way.
Damage in boss fights, which is mainly what you need her to do. Sorry, Naoto fans. And lastly, we have...
I should just leave the video right now. He put Naoto at C, and he put Teddy at A. That's crazy to me, bro. You know what? It's his opinion, but that's crazy.
Persona 5 Royal, which thanks to some
That's
gameplay changes, we can
crazy,
do some absurd
bro.
damage with baton pass and technical attacks. So characters that assist in setting up these high damage turns are highly desirable to me. We also have the addition of Persona traits, which every party member receives. These are unique for each character and can drastically affect their playstyle and ranking. That being said, going in order, we have Morgana, who I don't have a lot of great things to say about. He boasts high magic like the other healers on this list, but with a very low endurance stat, which is far from ideal. Offensively, he's on par with other magic attackers and even receives the Miracle Punch line of skills, which have a high crit rate, and if he faces a foe that nullifies wind damage, could be an alternative to casting a spell. Although its hit rate and crit rate may be low, it's an option, and that's about all the good things I have to say about him. Sadly, Morgana gets completely outshined by Royal's other healing character, and it's not even close. Additionally, his trait just doesn't make sense. It reduces the SP cost of healing, and also
increases effects of allies' healing skill, may decrease SP cost. Bro, ain't no way you gonna say Morgana's worse than Teddy.
Increases its effectiveness, but his healing skills are 100%, so I don't even know why it has that aspect. C tier for Cat. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. The
Yes,
final
you
animal
are,
mascot
bro.
of the Persona games is Ryuji, who is a phenomenal character. He's easily S tier, and I can't believe people say otherwise. In vanilla Persona 5, he was already
Ryuji's the hardest hitter in the game. Anybody who says Ryuji's bad, bro, him on the team using God Hand and spamming those other crit moves, what was it at? Bro, he's a demon.
fairly powerful, having access to Swift Strikes, which we already know how busted that skill is. There's just no debating it. But in Royal, he just gets even stronger. He gains the best buff at the very beginning of the game. Power Kaja. He can do more than double his own damage because he gets charged, and others don't. His crazy high strength, and best yet are the Royal exclusives. Fighting Spirit granting your entire team charge, not just him, and his Persona trait is easily the best of the party members, having a 20% chance to increase physical damage by 80% for the entire party. Yeah, that's bananas. You can already do some insane damage with physical attacks, and Ryuji just makes them hit even harder. Usually, physical attackers don't have a ton of utility, but Ryuji just does for some reason. Whether it be Megaton Raid, God's Hand, Agni Asura, it doesn't matter. Ryuji is just a goat. He also just gets Mataru Kaja, and like that's the best buff in the game. I don't care who disagrees with me. Ryuji is S tier every time. If the monkey is the master of melee, then Panther is the practitioner of pyromancy. Say that 10 times fast. Take almost everything I said about Ryuji and flip it in regards to On.
If she ain't high, she's an A.
But there
She's
is one
A.
big boon
A to
On that
S.
Ryuji doesn't get, and that's Lullaby. Despite learning Lullaby level 30, this skill remains good for the entire game. When faced with a swarm of shadows and you have the initiative, why not take the gamble and cast Lullaby? If there are 4 shadows, statistically at least 2 of them will be put to sleep, resulting in easy technicals for the rest of your party. Her third awakening skill is also a party-wide concentrate, which I only slightly value lower because, well, it eats a lot of SP, and On needs that SP to continue to do damage. Oh yeah, did I mention she can heal? The only real con I can think of is a lack of survivability, being on par with Morgana's endurance. So A tier for On, yeah, that fits. So we have crazy high physical damage and we have crazy high magic damage. Where does that leave Yusuke? Well, he can dodge physical attacks, and that's about it. When it comes to physical damage, there are 4 party members who do this exact same job.
No,
Frankly,
exactly. I never had him in my party. I did have him sometimes, but I'm trying to think of like Persona 5. My party always consisted of like Joker, Ryuji, An, and either Morgana and Makoto, and maybe Haru, depending on like if Haru can what move Haru had? Tentrafu, which like makes panic, and then you just get easy crits out the ass.
Yusuke is the worst at it. His main gimmick is having a physical attack that gains a boost when used during a baton pass. But from my testing, these skills just are not viable, as the main character is almost always going to receive the most benefit from a max baton pass. Even with him gaining a source of charge in Royal, he just doesn't offer as much as a selfish attacker until he obtains his special skill, boosting all ally stats for 3 turns. But unlike Persona 4 Golden, the main character can also do this too, leaving poor Yusuke on the bench more times than I'd like. Now, it pains me to say this, but Makoto Nijima, you are really good.
Of course he's good, especially in Royal. Once they started implementing that tactical aspect, anybody who was in anything, rage, sleepy, panicked, I don't know, fucking fear, you use any of those moves that she has and it was technical.
It's clearly the developer's favorite girl, as she is an unbelievably strong support character. She excels at one thing, and that's keeping the team alive, eventually learning Medea Rahan and Ma Rakukaja. And frankly, she doesn't need any other skills. This combo alone is just that good. She's incredibly durable, makes others durable, and even learns the skill Checkmate, a multi-target debilitate, something no other character can do, a very valuable skill. Also,
Nice.
she just gets a gun that gives her +5 magic. So her spells hit pretty hard too. She can eventually concentrate. Like she almost does everything. Makoto gets an easy S tier for the same reason Yukiko does. Now for someone who's a little bit more balanced. Quite literally, Haru is a split physical and magic attacker who also comes with some support skills. Admittedly, she doesn't exactly set a great first impression in the chapter that she joins. Her main gun skill is multi-targeting and only has a 70 base accuracy, so it's going to miss a lot. But her sole weakness, nuclear, is such a rare spell in this game. She may as well have no weakness at all. While she isn't bad as a magic attacker, I do tend to use her more as a source of gun damage because while everyone does have a gun on them, her just skill one-shot kill does so much goddamn damage, it's absurd. My only real beef with her is that her Heat Riser skill is just not that desirable. And her shields, while cool in concept, don't really amount to much. By the time you really get Life Wall and that gets going, most enemies are just gonna use Almighty skills, completely defeating the point of the barrier. That and a lack of agility will keep her skills missing, which is a horrible thing to happen, while other characters just simply don't have this issue. I like the idea of an all-out offense character, but sadly, being a jack of all trades does not get you far in Persona. There's only so many stats to go around. I'd still use her over Yusuke though, whatever that's worth. And now we have Goro Akechi, and man, I'm surprised how bad you are. Wow. For whatever reason, before I went into making this video, I was under the impression that Goro had insane damage, only to find out he's actually kind of bad at that. He also has low HP, a trait that only really benefits him, and low damage, thanks to him lacking the boosting passives everyone else gets. His only saving grace is the skill Debilitate, but if you go to the Jazz Club, any character can obtain this, and Makoto has a multi-targeting version of this skill. Essentially, there's never any reason to use Akechi over any other character, as he excels in no niche except almighty damage, which isn't even that useful in P5 Royal, thanks to technical hits bypassing resistances. He's just bad. F tier. And lastly, we have the Royal exclusive character, Kasumi Yoshizawa, who can do just absolutely stupid amounts of damage. But out of the physical attackers, she has the lowest HP. Her best skill also eats a whopping 25% of that small HP bar, so she's a glass cannon archetype who has a tendency to dodge thanks to Alley Dance. She can also buff the party's critical hit rate, which really only her and Joker are capable of. Like Haru, she's a mixed attacker and has bless skills that can hit very hard. But I'll be honest, keeping her alive can be a bit of a struggle. As we all know, dodging a Persona is not at all consistent, and her Persona trait isn't very helpful either, unlike Haru's, which is, well, pretty great. But when she does hit and doesn't take damage in return, Masquerade can outdamage Ryuji by quite the significant amount. Like, it's not even close. If this skill procs twice, you can see some really crazy numbers. But at the end of the day, Joker is the star of the show. He can deal way more damage than even her, and support characters are always going to be the better option. And boosting crit rate really only functions if you have a purely physical team comp. It can be helpful against the super boss though, and a B tier makes sense to me. And that will conclude the ranking video. Like I said before, Persona is a very easy game, especially Royal, but I don't know, I just like, comparing and contrasting what teams bring to the table, and I learned a lot about the franchise while making this. Did you? Let me know. Make sure to leave a like if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And thanks to my patrons, whose name appear here at the end of my scripted videos. And special thanks to 123 Garfield, Hawks, Jeremy A, Carquad, and Shadow Roamers. And yeah, see you guys in the next video coming real soon. Bye.
Check out Matton's channel. Link.
Who do you think is cooler, the Allies or the Axis?
I don't know who that is.
Just take a guess. Pick one.
I don't know. I'm not picking.
The Allies or the Axis?
Jesus.
Okay, but Jesus isn't part of the conversation.
I don't know what allies or axis is.
It's two groups of people.
Let me look it up.
Okay, that might not be so happy. Who are you, with the Allies or the Axis, Michael?
Michael. Allied Axis powers, Germany, Italy, Japan, were opposed by the Allied powers.
Okay, who do you support, the Allies or the Axis?
I just support Jesus Christ.
Okay, but you can't just go to him for every answer.
I don't agree with war.
Which people do you support, the people on the Axis or the people on the Allies?
Next question.
Next question. Who do you support, the Allies or the Axis? Who do you think is cooler, the Allies?
Thank you, Tainted. Battle rappers.
How come every time I see a motherfucking clip of a battle rapper on TikTok or Instagram or whatever the fuck, why do they always be spitting weak ass rhymes? I've never heard a single battle rapper have a cold ass bar. Like, I've never sat there and been like, ooh, that was a tough ass bar. I'm always like, bruh, that was so lame. Like, every time I hear shit, these niggas always like fucking, bro, look at your jeans. They make me want to scream. Your shoes look busted like my iPhone.
Bro, but who are you listening to?
On screen. What you looking at? I took your bitch and she Asian. Like Kung Lao. Now I'm about to beat up on a pussy. Call that shit Kung Pao. This sucker wants to know what's up. Well, tell all of the niggas that I know how to suck. You keep playing, I'm gonna stick it in your butt. And I'm gonna show you niggas who really know how to fuck. So everybody gather around here. And let's show this nigga.
What the hell? Watching romance anime just to have them hold hands in the last episode. Well, it happens. Bro, Afro, why is it just you? Well, we're gonna play Mario Kart now.
Link.
Time to play a Mario Kart. Welcome to. Oh, let me lock my door before my sisters come in here thinking that they gonna take and play Mario Kart. Nah. Where the hell's my Switch? Ay, ay, ay. Is my Switch dead? You said Link. What is this? Yo, Tainted, you send the weirdest shit. Why are you sending me these things? Like, I feel like you have like a collection of just weird videos that you and I feel like you don't do this to only me. I feel like you do this to other content creators too. What the fuck is this shit? Why is the audio popping out on one side of my ear?
It sure is comfortable around here, now that SpongeBob is gone. I gotta get SpongeBob back. I gotta get SpongeBob back!
Hi, can I get you anything?
Give me all the money in the cash register.
Don't do this, Squidward.
But I gotta get SpongeBob back.
You know this is wrong. This won't bring SpongeBob back.
But leave it! People of Bikini Bottom, we got it! Mr. Krabs!
Ahoy, bucko!
We gotta get SpongeBob back!
We gotta get SpongeBob back!
We gotta go!
But how?
We need some wheels! Sandy!
Howdy, Squidward. Want to talk about Texas?
We gotta get SpongeBob back!
We gotta get SpongeBob back faster than a dill rabbit on a horn pickle.
Patrick!
I know. We gotta get SpongeBob back. Here's the key.
SpongeBob? SpongeBob?
It's not him.
Don't worry, Squidward. We're right behind you, lad.
Bro, what the hell? Why is my Wii working? My fucking Switch, excuse me. My Switch ain't working, bro. Is my Switch charged? Oh, that's why. Oh, it's not plugged in.
Whatever you do, don't look back. Huh? No! No! Where am I? Huh?
One second later.
SpongeBob, where's that Krabby Patty? Oh, it's right here. It's been sitting in the window all day.
But what the fuck?
The customer left. I'll just put it down here for the rats to enjoy.
Finally, the Krabby Patty is mine. Let's take a look at that secret formula, shall we?
Good one, Patrick.
Okay.